Okay, John, we are live. So, for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly game master, actually, I think, today. Today, we're down even more players than we expected. We we were going to have two players today to play this game, but unfortunately, we haven't. One of our players is kind of MIA, so they may jump on, and we may actually get a chance to play today as well, too. But what was planned for today was we were going to play a one-shot session of Fantasy Flight's Star Wars Age of Rebellion. And this is following on yesterday. At the time of recording yesterday, we played another adventure of another Star Wars game, the West End version, right here. And John had not played that one, and he's not played this one either. So we thought it would be fun to jump on. Hopefully, Mo will be able to join us soon, and we can add him to the action here. But what we're going to do is, John, we've just finished loading up John's character into the character sheet. So what we thought we'd start with is discussing kind of the rules and and see how it's going. And then once we finish that, if Mo's still not on, then we'll jump into a little short adventure as well. So, John has selected one of the characters from the Age of Rebellion beginner games. Now, and Fantasy Flight put out beginner games or starter sets for each of the three different games. So, John, one of the ways that these games differ from the ones we played before, West End Star Wars, and mostly, to be honest, every other Star Wars role-playing game. If you bought the core rulebook, you could kind of use it to do whatever kind of Star Wars story you wanted. What Fantasy Flight decided to do is split the game into three different, or split the idea into three different games. So the first one that was released, it was Star Wars Edge of the Empire, which was kind of like playing, people on the edge, on the fringes of the Outer Rim. You're playing smugglers, you're playing, bounty hunters, you're playing gamblers, things like that. The second game was this one, Star Wars Age of Rebellion, and the third one was Star Wars Force and Destiny, and that one had rules, much more comprehensive rules for the Force. Age of Rebellion and Edge of the Empire both had rules for Force, but it was very bare bones. So the way that, the upside to that is that there was more of a focused approach for each of the different character game lines. So, if you wanted your game to be about being on the run from, criminal gangs and shit like that, then you played Edge of the Empire. If you wanted to play something where you were fighting the Empire, you'd play Age of Rebellion. Okay. And then the starter sets that came out for each of those games, the Star Wars Edge of the Empire one is probably my favorite starter set ever. It's so well done and does such a good job of getting you into the game. I think the Age of Rebellion one is good as well, too. It's just the Edge of the Empire one feels so distinctly like how we see our heroes at the beginning of A New Hope, where they're, you're like a bunch of characters who are trying to escape from Tatooine to get away from a hut. So it's a cool concept. But what we talked a little bit before we went live as well too about the way that the dice work on this. So the way this game differs from the other Star Wars game we played is it uses a proprietary set of dice. So we were going to give some test rolls here to get kind of you familiar with these. So one of the concepts, first let's roll a couple of basic things here. So let me set some difficulty in the dice pool. We're using, for those that are listening at home, we are using the Roll20 character sheet, which does a really good job of keeping everything or allowing you to track the dice pools and such like that in an easy way. And it displays the results in a pretty easy way, too, which we'll see in a second here. So, John, what I'm going to ask you to do is, let's say, why don't you give me a piloting space check, please, but just give me a second to set the difficulty. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say this is you guys landing on the planet Onderon. It's a jungle planet in the Outer Rim. I'm going to say the weather's pretty good. The operation of this is going to be not too hard, so I'm only going to put it at an easy difficulty, which is 1 dice. But I'm going to say that because of the amount of like jungle and stuff overhead, or jungle that you got to kind of get through, it's going to be a situational modifier that's negative. So I'm going to give you 1 black dice in there as well. So what you're going to do is just scroll down, go to your skills list, and go ahead and click on your, let me make sure Yeah, your dice pool's empty. Excellent. Just click on your skill, and it should roll for us. Nice. Okay. So the way that you do this, that you interpret the dice, is if you were rolling this in person, you would you got a number of different, almost every kind of result that you can get from these dice. So like I said, the green dice they're good, but they're not as good as the yellow dice. If you got yellow dice, you're generally going to get better results from that one. The little explosion things there, that's a success. And then the little triangle, you see on the purple dice, there's that upside down triangle. That is a failure. Those cancel out. So what you do is you cancel out all the different results that are the same. The little symbols that are like the rebellion symbol or the Jedi symbol there, that thing, the little leaf, that goes against the Imperial symbol, that circular thing, to cancel out. So, and then what you're left with is those are advantage. So the little rebel symbol is advantage. The Imperial symbol is threat. Okay. So what this tells us is that you didn't get any successes, so you didn't succeed in your action, but you got one advantage. And in the game, it's very much like what it was in the Expanse, where you can kind of you can choose how you want to do that. So maybe what this might be is what I guess two of the usual things you use it for advantage for is you can feed it to allies to give them a blue dice, and I think it might take you 2 advantage to feed it to. Let me check here. No, okay. So it's if you have 1 advantage, you can add a blue to an ally's next check. If you have 2 advantage, you can add a blue to your next check.
Okay.
You can also use it to recover a point of strain. So a strain is one of the things that goes up and down. Strain is kind of like it's what is damaged when you're attacked with a stun attack, and it is what uses. I'm trying to think here. It also is what you use to sort of like to add extra effort. So if you want to take an extra maneuver in a round, you gain 2 strain, but you get a chance to do another maneuver. Maneuver is like a move or like an aim or drawing a weapon or something like that. So, so that would be that wouldn't be a success. Okay. I use some house rules though. So in the game is written, you also, when you start a game, what you do is you roll the force dice, and why don't you go ahead and roll? Let's see here. On yours, you see the white dice that's there at the top. So click up to add 1 dice to the dice pool,
and roll it.
Yep, please. Okay, so we actually forgot. Sorry, I forgot to clear my dice pool. Oh. So we'll ignore the other results. But what you got on the force dice on the one was a black. That means there's 1 dark side point. So normally at the start of each game, everyone would roll their force dice, and that would tell us in the destiny pool how many dark side dice there are and how many light side dice there are. So the light side stuff is what players can use to upgrade their roll. And what upgrading is you turn a green into a yellow, or you add another green if you're all yellows. So it's a way of sort of like having some control. But what happens is when you spend that, you flip it over, and then it becomes a dark side point that I can use to upgrade my rolls. We can only use 1 per roll, but we can both choose whether we want to use them or not. In play, I found that to be a bit tedious. So like either people would use it, and then I'd always respond with it, or I didn't like the way that really worked, and I didn't like how there was no way for you to control results afterwards. So you'll see I got house rules on here, right here. What I allow is instead you guys have 2 destiny points. I've got dark side points that I can use as well. In addition to boosting the roll beforehand, you can also you can re-roll any dice that didn't come up as a despair, and you only get a despair when you're rolling a red dice. You can also make a small story change. You can also purchase a success or an advantage with destiny points on a point-for-point basis. So if you had 2 destiny points, what you could do is spend 1 point to get that success you need. Then you got a success and an advantage.
Okay.
Okay. Then, let's see here. Let's try something that you're a little better at. What are you actually good at? Ooh, athletics. So you're going to need, let's say that this will reflect you trying to, hump your way through the jungle. So why don't you give us, I've set the difficulty for this, it's only a 1. If you fail, you're going to be taking some strain from moving your way through the jungles of Onderon.
Gotcha. Let's see what we can do. Ha.
Ooh, no successes, but 2 advantage.
So I can do a blue turn. You said use 2 of those to turn into a blue dice?
Yeah, so like what you could do, one of the neat things that we do. So now let's talk about your minions. So you're going to have for this for the purpose of today, you're going to have 2 squads of soldiers. Now the soldiers will say that they have the way that minions work is they don't have scores in their skills. That you bundle them together in a group. So you're going to have 2 squads of 4, and each of them has a skill rank equal to the number of minions minus 1, if they've got that skill. And I think they probably do have this. So you're going to have 4 soldiers, and they have a skill of 3. So I'm going to give 3 yellow dice and 1 green to the dice pool for you against the normal difficulty. But because there's 4 of them, I'm going to set the strain a little higher. So the strain will be at a 4 instead of a 2. And minions sort of, you treat them all as 1. So like if you track down damage to 1 and then it skips over and goes to the next, minions don't have a difference between wounds and strain. They take it all as 1.
Okay.
So now let's say that, being the canny player that you are, you took a little bit of strain from this, but you don't want to, lose one of your soldiers because they only have a strain threshold of 4. You dump your blue dice into there, so I've done that for you as well. Just go ahead up to the dice pool and hit reroll.
Reroll?
Yeah. Or hit the roll. There's a little, under the dice pool, there's a D20 symbol.
Okay, so am I re-rolling the skill again?
No, just hit that. Just hit the blue dice roll. That circular thing, that clears your dice pool. So if you, I'd hit that too if you still have a force dice in there.
I don't see that. Sorry.
Okay, so see at the top of the page, there's that thing that says dice pool.
Yeah, I see dice pool.
So right underneath there's your white dice. That's where your force dice was.
Yes.
Then below that, there are 2 other buttons. One of them is a D20. That's just to roll just the dice pool. And then the other one is a recycle.
Okay, so yeah, all my dice will show empty. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right. So then go ahead and click on that D20 pool and let's see.
Okay.
Pretty awesome. Okay, so...
Because those are the ones you set in there. Got it.
Yeah, because I set the dice pool for you. So you got 3 successes and you got 4 advantage.
It likes you more than me.
Well, no, because you rolled that, not me. And this is where like the difference between the yellow dice and the green dice really come in. The yellow dice are a lot better and end up getting better results. So you didn't get a triumph in there, which would have been the actual like Jedi Order symbol, but you did get 4 advantage, and 4 advantage is kind of the equivalent of a critical success. Okay. So first thing you got here is you got 3 successes, so you've reduced the strain down to 1. So that's great. Your soldiers aren't going to be too exhausted, and you got 4 advantage. Now.
So how much strain did I take from the failed roll?
So you would have taken 2 from that.
So -2 on the blue.
Yeah. Yeah, because we got you so on your... Excellent. Okay. So with that, what they could do is... I mean, they could spend 2 points to that advantage to get rid of the 1 strain they took.
Okay.
Okay. They could also... They could get, set up a really... advantageous thing for whatever their next thing is. Like you guys are on Onderon for a reason, so maybe you're going to give a bonus to the stealth roll, right? So you could just feed those extra 2 into they could recover the strain and spend 2 more to give a blue dice to yourself and to the other squad.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea.
Now let's see here. The other things. What else do you need to know here? I've cleared the dice pool. I think that's it for that. Let's just talk about combat quickly. So if you go to your combat tab.
Yep. Got it.
So combat in this is abstracted. We use zones, similar to what the Conan uses, or I'm trying to think of other games we've played that have that. I can't think of any other ones that we've played, but the what you basically are going to measure is like if someone is engaged with you, then they're in melee, then they're right next to you. If they're in short range, they're in the same zone. Medium range is 1 zone away. Long range is 2 zones away, and extreme is more than that. So let's say that you've come across a biker scout in the middle of the, in the middle of the, what do you call it, Onderon jungle. Actually, let's say there's 2, because that way you can attack with your squad as well. So you guys are currently medium range away, so they're 1 zone away, and to travel 1 zone is 1 maneuver. So we just sort of abstract it that way.
Okay.
Okay. So they're 2 away. Let's assume that you're not going to close in. Now, being the canny player that you are aware that if you spend a maneuver to aim, you get 1 blue dice.
Okay.
Okay. So rather than using your maneuver to go in, you're going to get your blue. So I've added your blue to your dice pool. And then would you go ahead and click on the weapon, the dice near where your heavy blaster rifle is?
Yeah, the one next to critical?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. Wow. Now, successes are added to damage. Flat. Okay, so you did 13 points of damage. What critical is how many, it tells you how many advantage you need in order to trigger a critical hit. Certain weapons will trigger a critical a lot more often. Lightsabers have a very low critical score, whereas like hand-to-hand fighting, like melee fighting or fists, they have a very, very high critical. It's like 4. Whereas I think a lightsaber is 1 or 2. So what this means is you hit him for 3. What I do is I take a look at my... Oh, do I still have them in here? Oh, no, I put them... Oh, I do.
So, yeah.
Nice. What I was looking for is my cards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I got a game just like that. It's a Star Wars game that has those kind of flashcards. You can build the setting with tiles. So.
Oh, cool. Imperial Salt?
Yes, that's
yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's great. Same company, and it's the same type of proprietary dice type stuff. So, yeah, they release these packs of cards that have the full stats for NPCs and stuff on them. So nice. I can use my Imperial Stormtrooper, which is pretty great. So Stormtroopers have a soak of 5, which means I take 8 points of damage, but their wound threshold is only a 5. Which means, now, because it's a minion, and I'm treating this as a minion group, you did a total of, let's see here, 13 damage, minus, it means 8 in total, which means you downed one of them, and you started injuring a second one.
Okay.
Okay, so, wow. Let's now roll for your, let me see, how many were in your dice pool here? 1, 2, let me add a couple extra dice in here to make it here, let's do this actually.
I gotta give props to whoever made the character sheets. These are very nice.
Oh yeah, they're incredible. Really, really well done. Okay, so I've set your dice pool for your troopers. So go ahead and just roll the dice pool.
Gotcha. Fire minions, get them.
Okay, nice. Okay, so you got 2 successes and 1 advantage. So let's see here. I'm just getting to your Rebel scum here. Here we go. Alliance infantry. Yeah, okay. So they have blaster rifles, which do 9 points of damage. Critical is 3, so no, not enough to do a critical, but it's 11 points of damage to take down the biker scout. Because 11 minus the 5 armor for the biker scout brings it down to a 6, which is more than enough to take him out. So now, what you might be asking is, well, how do we do initiative? And it's a good question. So initiative, it depends on whether you are ready for combat or not.
Yes.
So that's where when we go back to your original tab, your, let's see, where is it?
Yeah, it's showing initiative above the weapons.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Great. So what you do, let me just clear the dice pool. This is just a naked dice roll. So let's say that you were prepared for these guys. You go ahead and roll cool for yourself. Okay, so you got 2 successes, 2 advantage. Then, let's see here, the cool, I can't remember if it uses, let's see, what does cool use? Presence, okay. Okay, so the Rebel troopers do not have that. So go ahead and roll the dice pool.
Dice pool, click.
1 advantage. And then the stormtroopers only have 1 presence, so let me roll for them. And boom. 1. Okay, so what we do is the results set up a initiative like ladder, and then you pick to see who goes within them. So let's say you rolled, let's hear, 2 advantage. So you got 2 successes and 2 advantage. 1 advantage. It's Star Wars, so ties will go to the heroes. So the reason you were able to shoot first, and so was your trooper, is because you guys had the first 2 actions.
Okay.
Okay. And then I rolled vigilance for them. Not. Oh, I should have rolled vigilance. Not. What do you call it? Not cool, because they were surprised.
Probably better roll, huh?
I'm trying to think if so vigilance uses willpower. Yeah, I think it would be. Yeah, their roll may have been a little better. Let's see here. They would have been 3, and this is where I could spend dark side stuff. I wanted to make things more interesting. I could say, all right, I'm gonna spend a dark side to upgrade that. So let's see what that result would have been. Boom.
Oh yeah.
So this is the classic, like, Han stepping on a twig when he's trying to sneak up on them, and they're like, "Oh, get him!" And so you guys would lose your first round, and then that's the game in a nutshell.
Okay.
The only things we have not seen so far is a triumph and a despair, and a triumph is super awesome critical result. A despair is a super bad result, and you can sometimes have them happen on the same dice roll. And that's part of the fun of the game. Before we went live, John and I were talking about the things that I liked about this game and the things that I don't like about the game. The things that I loved this game for a very long time. And we ran it for about 2 years. And it was, or a year and a half, actually. And it was a ton. Like, we played every Friday. We played for 4 hours every Friday. It was a really, really exciting game. It's just that as we got on, the having to interpret every single dice roll becomes a little cumbersome, but it is it's especially like when you're first starting off and at low levels or low XP, it's really, really fun. Okay, do you have any questions about what else is on there? Oh, the last thing I'll say is you've got some special abilities for your what do you call it? For your weapons as well too. You'll see that your vibro knife has a pierce quality. Mm-hmm. And your frag grenade has a blast quality. Now, I think you need to spend, let me double check this, but I think you need to spend 2 advantage in order to trigger those.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
Let me check here.
It doesn't say on my sheet.
No, and I think it may say in the rules there, just I seem to remember that's what you need to do in order to trigger it. And that's like there's, like if you're using a repeating blaster, it would have the auto fire, thing. Auto fire quality. Let's see, additional combat modifiers. No. Come on, where are we here? Here we go. All right, item qualities. Oh, so it either has active qualities or passive qualities. Right. It's all coming back to me. So, piercing is passive, so you do not need to trigger that. Blast is active. So... Okay. Your what do you call it? Your armor piercing grenade and your vibro knife. Neither of those you don't need to try and roll advantage in order to trigger them. But to get the grenade placed properly, you need to have that. Oh, your AP grenade has a medium range, I think.
So it looks like frag grenade. I need to have 2 of those. Wing symbols, the advantages for the blast to trigger.
Exactly, yeah.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, you just do damage to 1 target.
Okay.
And so, like, those area effect things, those can be fantastic. The Minion Rules are designed in this to simulate the sort of like, hordes of stormtroopers going down kind of quality. It also does a neat thing where, because of the way the math works for the dice pools, it's an escalating... or it is a sort of like a death spiral thing. So like when you first encounter a stormtrooper squad, they're really fucking dangerous because their skills are higher and whatnot. But as you blow through them, they become a little more manageable. Mm. Okay. That's kind of it. I mean, that is the game in a nutshell. We otherwise just like we narrate stuff. We try and interpret the let me see if I've got. I'm gonna use Val as your to represent your troopers, your squads here. So let me see here. Nope, shit. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. One set of troopers, and we'll cut and paste them. The thing that is really fun about it, and I think, and one of the things that I routinely hear this past week, I've been asking people on Twitter and on the Discord server about what their favorite Star Wars games were and why they were and what type of adventures they played with them. And the response for this particular game was always like the way that the dice results can inform story, and it's kind of cool. Like it, and I thought you and Mo might find something similar to how we were playing The Expanse. All right, so let's talk about why you are here. So yeah, you can raise your strain up to full again.
Okay.
For now. All right, so I'm going to show you a planet here. This would be our, opening crawl. Actually, it's neat because each of the starter things too, they come with an opening crawl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I tried to design one of those for a PowerPoint presentation when I was in college.
Oh, nice.
It's actually harder than you think because PowerPoint doesn't do that very well.
No. Well, it was like the way that they actually shot it, the original crawl. Like now it's all CG, but the original crawl was actually like laid out, and they had to drag a camera across it at an angle. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so this, John, is their opening shot. So this is Onderon. So a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, takeover at Whisper Base comes across in great big yellow lettering. War rages across the galaxy. Both the brutal Galactic Empire and the desperate Rebel Alliance reel in the face of terrible losses. Though Rebel forces managed to destroy the superweapon called the Death Star, their victory did not come in time to save the world of Alderaan. Fear and uncertainty swell in the galactic community. Now, one small battle begins on the verdant world of Onderon. Deep in the jungle, Rebel intelligence has discovered a listening post built by Moff Dardano to spy on his rival, Admiral Corlin. The Rebel Alliance has sent a crack team of infiltrators to take the secret listening post and turn it into a forward Rebel base in the Japrel system. After hours of slogging through the dense jungle with its poisonous foliage and oppressive heat, the heroes have reached their destination, Whisper Base. Compared to staying in the jungle, the prospect of ambushing an Imperial patrol and breaking into a heavily guarded base seems almost pleasant. And we'd see the lettering drift off into the blackness, and let's show you what Onderon is like. So this is what you've been going through. This is what the planet Onderon is like.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's so Onderon has oh, I'm on the wrong layer here. Objects and tokens. There we go. So one of the things that is interesting about Onderon, just in a nerd perspective, Onderon is actually originally from one of the first extended universe comics that came out for it. Remember we were talking yesterday about how George wrote the source book for West End Games' Tales from the Jedi? Mm-hmm. Tales from the Jedi was a comic series that Dark Horse put out. Is one of the first sort of not about the regular Star Wars characters comics, and it was set way before. Well, the planet Onderon plays a huge role in that, and Onderon also appeared in Clone Wars. And do you remember from Rogue One, the character that Forrest Whitaker plays? Mm-hmm. He's the guy with the breathing mask and whatnot. He's Jin's ally. Yes. Yeah, he's from Onderon. Ah. Mm-hmm. So, and the neat thing about Onderon is it's got this moon called Duxon, which it drifts around. Like you can see, there was the two big planets there. Duxon has an atmosphere as well too, And there are certain times in the year where the planets get so close that their atmospheres can actually intermingle, and giant, terrifying beasts come over from Duxun down. So the jungles are not only full of wildlife and poisonous things and whatnot, they're also full of giant, terrifying monsters.
I'm gonna suspend my my sense of verisimilitude there for a second, because those planets would never have survived.
No, it is Star Wars, so
Come on, sci-fi. That's almost fantasy level.
well, this is space opera. Space opera is different from sci-fi, so or at least it's a subset that has its own rules. So you guys have made your way through this. Now, Whisper Base. Let me give you a handout here. Show you what Whisper Base is like.
Very cool setting, though. I might steal the idea.
It's a really cool idea. One, it's nice because it's the the beast in the comic series. The Beast Riders of Onderon become a big part of the first little bit in there, and then there's also a really interesting Sith backstory that goes on there. So it's pretty awesome. The art and the dialogue is a little dated by today's standards, but those comic series were so influential that they're what inspired the original Knights of the Old Republic video game. They just took those concepts and made them, a little more
Actually got
modern.
that video game.
Okay, so this is Whisper Base. So Whisper Base, what you've got there's a garage and hangar, which, as you can see, has 2 ATSTs in it. There is a shuttle, a Lambda class shuttle that's in there. So the mission that you and your squad are going to have to deal with there's 2 main goals that you're going to need to deal with initially before other than seizing control of Whisper Base. One of the problems is the Lambda shuttle. You do not want the Moff to make an escape. So whoever is commanding this base, you don't want them to be able to get away. You also want to kill power so they can't send a signal out.
Okay.
Okay. So, how are you thinking that you and your squad are going to approach this? I've actually got a bigger version of Whisper Base here for you too. So there we go.
That'll be helpful. There we go.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So basically,
and boom. Here's everybody. And I'll make you guys a little smaller so we can. There we go. There's Kale.
Got to make sure we see all the exits and entrances that we can. Right over here. I need to change my color. Why is it black? Let's go with a nice white.
Okay, so there's your 2 squads as well. So what are you thinking here?
So over here, what is this?
Those are, I think they're power generators.
Okay, so are these underground or above ground?
Those are underground.
Underground. Okay,
Yep.
so
your entrances are in the let's see here, in the main base here.
Like right over here.
Yeah. And
it seems like a bad place to enter.
And then the shuttle is also open to the elements, so you could scramble up the side there and get to the shuttle if you wanted, and then from the platform you could get in as well.
Do we this like an accurate schematic of the base that we have access to?
As far as you can tell, yeah. There's many Bothans died to get you this information. So
Gotcha. So I think the best thing to do would be to take the shuttle and disable it first, and then make our way in and kill the power.
Okay.
But this would have to be as stealthy as possible.
Okay.
Worried about these guns, though.
Those are more designed for anti-aircraft.
Okay.
So those will not be able to get down. So what do you want to do? You want to reconnoiter and kind of get an idea of what's... I think you've got your electro binoculars, so you can see what's on there. So there...
Yeah.
Okay, so on the launch pad...
Is this like a time-sensitive mission, or...?
Yeah, like you can't spend days. You need this only... If you're not able to disable those 2 things and take control of the base, it's not expected to have a huge garrison here. The expectation is that because this is the Imperial apparatus definitely engenders a lot of backbiting and kind of or backstabbing and duplicity and stuff like that. So the fact that one Moff, who's like a governor, is spying on an admiral within, like they're both within the Imperial apparatus, they probably want to kind of keep that secret, which means that there's they can't deploy like an entire battalion of stormtroopers here.
Okay.
Okay. It also means that if it goes missing or it loses control, that it may be a while before they realize, and they can't really make it known that they were spying on a rival within the Empire. Okay, so then what you can see is, this is you looking down from the jungle, your binoculars looking out and seeing what's on the launch pad. You can see that there are... Sorry, I'm seeing to you how many guards there are. 2 guards that seem to sort of walk the perimeter around the launch pad.
Okay. How I'd see it looks like it's sloped to get up there. How quickly do you think it would take us to get up there? How long?
I mean, half an hour maybe, if you guys are scrambling up. So I probably so mechanically what that would be is a athletics check.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should do that. We'll try and get up there.
Okay.
Unseen. I'm guessing as basis, if this happens at night, they'll have big spotlights that move around and scan the area.
Yep. You can choose to do this at daytime or at night, whatever is your preference.
Let's do like where the sun's setting and the lights kind of half, right as they're about to turn the lights on or so.
Okay, so like dusk?
Yeah, dusk.
Okay, and I'll put the guards down here too. So we got one.
So, looks like we've got some scan goggles as part of our basic equipment, so darkness won't really inhibit us much.
Those aren't night vision goggles, I don't think.
Oh, it says eliminates penalties for darkness.
Oh, then I stand corrected.
Okay.
Yeah, so then if you want, absolutely. So these guys this is what they look like. These are Imperial Army characters or people. They aren't the elite stormtrooper units.
Well, that's good.
Okay. So here you go. This is what he looks like.
Wondering if we should get in close and take him out and try to reduce fire.
Okay.
Noise.
Okay. So let's do this. First, let's get you up and onto the platform. So difficulty for you. Whoops, no yellow dice. I'm gonna just put it at average. So I'll put 2 purple dice in there. You can take your sweet time getting up there, and you got your goggles so you can see in the dark, so it's not like you're going up. So go ahead and give us a
athletics
check. Yeah. Success and 2 advantage. Okay, great.
I'll roll blue die over to the minions getting up.
Okay. And then you could give 2 blue dice if you like.
1 for each.
One for each squad. I see. Yeah. Okay, so let me get a blue dice. I don't think they've. Actually, I don't know. Let's see here. They do not have athletics, and their brawn is a 2. Okay. Go ahead and roll your dice pool. There'll be a first squad here.
First squad.
Okay. So, what that means is they're not able to make their way up. Oh, 1 second here.
Is there a way to add afterwards?
You could spend one of your 2 destiny points. Sure.
Yeah, and with that, does destiny points means auto success, but it gives you a dark side point.
It does not give auto success. What it does is it'll give you can buy a success. Yeah, so all you need is 1.
Yeah.
And let me I was just going to create your
Yeah. For those who are watching, the house rules say if I spend a destiny point, he gets a dark point.
Yes.
That's okay. Let's do that.
Okay, so there you go. You got a green bar, or I guess a gray bar to track your destiny points, so you can spend that down. All right, so they're making their way up, and then they get you know, you can see the four of the soldiers are making their way up, and at one point they sort of like, oh, you know, the footing of one of them goes out. They're all strung together with some kind of like climbing rope, and you look down, and thanks to your careful, you know, your careful eye, they don't fall. They do get another advantage though, so you want to feed that into the other squad.
Yeah. Can you buy more than one advantage?
Oh yeah, like for the blue dice, yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and give it the last, guys.
Okay.
And then...
You're ready to go? Go ahead and make your roll. No!
Come on, guys.
Jeez. So what do you want to do?
Let's give you another point.
Okay. So then what I'll do is I will give... The next thing I'm going to get you to roll is this will be a contested roll against the perception, and I'll show you how that works. So this is another kind of clever thing that that the game does. Oh, that's you. Go to the dice pool. So you may have noticed that the purple dice are the equivalents of green dice. The red dice are the equivalents of the yellow dice. When you're doing a contested roll, all you do is whoever you're acting against, you convert their skill dice into purples and reds, and that's what you roll against. It's all done in one roll. Okay, so let's hear. For these guys, now these are not stormtroopers. Let me get a shittier Imperial agent here. Let's see here. Imperial Army Trooper. Yep, there we go. All right, so these guys are minions as well. So your difficulty is going to be only 2. So would you kindly... and we'll dump 2 blue into this. So you're the first one up. Would you give me a stealth check, please?
Can do.
Eesh.
Contested roll, so is that like a... Oh.
So I think that's not a success. So what happens is you are... Let's move you up to the platform here. So you're the first one who gets up here. And what happens is, you know, you go scrambling over and hide yourself behind maybe one of those crates or something like that. And for whatever reason, like there's a stone that you didn't see, and it gets kicked and kind of like skitters across this, you know, platform. And the two of them kind of stop and they're like, "Hey, did you hear something over there?" And
I have a clever idea.
Okay. So what they're going to be coming over to investigate. You put your hand up and your squads are holding back at the edge there, but these two are coming over to investigate what's going on in the at the crates. What are you doing?
I assume we know something about the native flora and fauna here. I'm wondering if I've got a recording of some of the predators in the area that I could just play real quick to make them think.
So that's an edit to a scene. So what I could, what you could do is spend your last destiny point.
I'm not giving you that many dark points.
So, when I suppose what if they heard that it was an animal there? What do you think they would do?
They'd probably run over and start firing.
So, unless that was the desired result.
Pretty much, but they'd be expecting an animal, not somebody with a vibro knife.
Okay. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna wait for them to get close and then jump out of them with a vibro knife and.
Okay. All right. So then you will be that will be cool for you, and it'll be vigilance for them. So as they're getting in, let's do this here. Did I clear the dice pool? I did. Here we go. Clear. Now let me get.
Well, that's interesting.
Remove all turns. Okay. So go ahead and click on. I think you need to click on your token, and then click on cool for initiative.
Okay.
Nice, it worked. Okay, great. Then let me add a turn for them. Now, okay, there's his vigilance, so it's going to be willpower. They are not super willful. So let's see how they do. 2, okay. But you beat them. So that means, let's see here, add turn. I'll put a 2 there. And then your troops have a vigilance of 2. So go ahead and roll the dice pool. I got it ready for you. Okay, so they'll be acting after. So, well, that's not true. Not they will. You get to decide whether they are acting first or whether you are acting first. Because, oh shit, wrong thing. So 1-4.
Oh, I think I'll act first.
Okay. Here, 0-4. Let's put that in there. There we go. Okay, so then first is we go through in the ladder. You have a slot first. What are you thinking? They are, I think, we'll say that initiative is starting when they are in short range, so they're the same zone as you, just not engaged yet. You would have to use a maneuver to get into range with them. So what are you thinking?
Would I pulled out my vibro knife before initiative started?
Absolutely. Yep, you got plenty of time. This is you kind of waiting down, and then they walk up. Melee is usually a difficulty of 2.
Gotcha. I'm going to wait until I can hear their footsteps, and then he's just gonna juke out from behind the box, run up real close, and try and stab the guy, putting him between him and the other guy with the rifle.
Yeah, sounds good. So let's see here. Let me set the difficulty here. So
Vibro knife.
I'll set this to, and I'm going to give you a blue to this just because you are kind of catching them. They knew something was there, but they didn't know. They're not going to expect a Alderaanian soldier come and run out. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and click on your vibro knife.
Yeah.
Excellent example. Okay, so you rolled a triumph, which is amazing. So the triumph is you can cash it as a critical hit, and for minions, it automatically takes 1 out.
Okay.
So let's first just do the damage here. So it has a pierce 2. Their soak is a 3. You did a total of 7 points of damage, and it's got a pierce of 2, which means, why don't you tell us how you take both of these guys out?
Oh, they count as 1? Okay. So
yeah, because what you do is with minions, you bundle them together, so you just you do damage to 1, and then if you've got excess, it spills over and applies to the next one.
Okay. So he jukes out from behind the box, and they jerk in surprise, and he just runs forward and slashes one across the throat, spins around, and buries the one in the other guy's chest, and goes to him in heart.
And they both fall down.
And he's squatting down, looking, and then stands up.
Yep, awesome. And this is sort of what do you call it? You see, because of the triumph, there's the searchlight kind of goes over and over and over, and then it passes them just by a foot. So they're still in the ever-growing darkness. They can't see them. So your soldiers come run out, grab these guys, and drag them off behind the crates.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So you now have the platform free of Imperial forces.
Okay.
What do you want to do next? So there is a matter. You can see that the bay to that Lambda shuttle. You may remember from Return of the Jedi. The Lambda shuttle has the platform in the back of the shuttle, so you can go right up inside that thing.
Do any of my minions have technical skills that I like?
Yeah, there's probably one of the guys who, because you don't have computers, or you're not trained in computers.
I'm not trained in it. I have just my stats.
Just your stat, okay. So you remember last night when we were saying Leia can drive a speeder bike?
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of where this came from, is because you can always try and you always got a chance. And if you spend a force point to upgrade and you change one of your greens to a yellow, you got a chance of a great success. So there's always a chance of seeing a phenomenal success from even for stuff that you're not good at. So you could do that. But what I'll say is one of your squads is a technical squad, and I'll give them the computer's skill.
Okay. Yeah, I was assuming we'd bring some small level explosives if we need to bust through a door. I'd say let's rig up a remote explosive to one of the thrusters. So
actually they've got an easier way. Because one of the things that the Rebel Alliance always wants to be mindful of is scavenging resources where you can.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
So destroying this thing would not be. However, there is a easier way to do that. And if you go onto the computer, onto the shuttle, you could use computers or get your minions to use computers to slice it. Okay. And shut it down so that it can't trigger basically disable its systems.
That's even better. I was just thinking the explosive if they manage to get there in the last resort, but
yeah,
if we can disable it. Yeah,
you could ask them to set that on. I'll say that they're the tech squad. So what I'm gonna do is one of your squads does not have the blaster skill. what they'll have instead is, or no, you know what I'll do is I'll just give them a lighter weapon, and then I'll give them the demolitions and computers. Are you trained in demolitions?
Demolitions? No.
No, okay. So then we'll say one of them has that, and then that allows them to have a better chance of success at this. So first, let's do the computers. So let me get them set up here. Okay, so go ahead and roll your dice pool. Oh no! Boss, I got a problem here.
Maybe they have a better security in it than we thought.
Yeah. So they can't get the thing shut down, so I guess we try and set the explosives instead?
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead and roll same dice pool again.
Okay.
Okay.
Always trust explosive more than computers.
Yeah, okay. So they can't get in, so you shake your head, and they've planted some satchel charges on the shuttle, so if someone tries to take... Now, do you want to have it set so that if they try and take off, it blows, or that it's going to be on a remote detonation?
Comlink. Set it to comlink so we can just blow it on the frequency.
Okay, excellent. It is set, and as far as you can tell, no what do you call it? Triggers or alarms or anything have been triggered.
Okay. Into the base, guys. Move.
All right. So,
power station's our next target.
Okay, so you get over to the entrance to the base, and the door is not locked. So let's see here.
So we would have swiped any kind of key cards from the guards.
Yeah. Okay, so you got like a pass card or whatever that's in there.
It looks like the communications room is immediately opposite the hangar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on the way to the power.
Okay. So you so you guys get your way in there. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to abstract how difficult it is for you to get through here. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's see here, where's the dice pool? They are not on alert right now, so we'll just, I think, set it as an average difficulty task. So go ahead and give me a stealth check with, yeah, I got the difficult. Now, again, you can choose to spend a force point, but, did I spend? I did not spend any dark side. I got to remember to do that so you can get some light side points. Okay, so yeah, ready whenever you are.
Okay, stealth. I am not made for stealth, it looks like.
No. And it's just sort of, to be honest, this is sort of one of the things that's a little frustrating is when you're getting results that just are constantly like, oh, advantage, and having to come up with some cockamamie explanation for why you're doing it. You feel a little bit more like McHale's Navy than you do like the trained sort of soldier you're supposed to be. But let's see here. Okay, so you guys are making your way through.
So I imagine we didn't succeed at stealthing, but for some reason they weren't there to hear us. Is that what it comes out to be?
No. You're going to get an advantage. So there's some beneficial thing. I think what I'll say is that you guys are making your way through here, and unfortunately, as you see right over here,
mess hall.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of guys who are on their way to lunch. So you guys are coming down this hallway here, and one of your squads is sort of hanging back to keep an eye out. The other squad is coming right behind you, and as you guys are walking along, there is a group of. I just moved into DM's layer. Go token layer. I think there's a group of 4 of them that are kind of making their way, like walking along and making their way to lunch. So what I will give you is 1 blue on your initiative roll.
Okay.
For the advantage. So hold on here. Let me put these guys down. So you're walking down, and you see them walk on the corner, and there's this like, oh shit, and you're both each going for your gun. Let me just clear.
So we're surprised?
Yes. So this will be vigilance you're rolling. Everybody is surprised, but you're going to get, hold on, let me put a blue in for you. Clear that out. Okay, you're good to go.
Okay, well, the jig's up, guys.
Let's see here.
Oh, no blue?
Oh, why did they not roll blue with you? Go ahead and just roll the dice pool. We'll add that into your results. Nothing. Okay. Well, then clearly it knew. Okay, so let me roll for them. Yeah. Here we go. 2. And then for your squad,
Well, they get a blue die, don't they?
your squad, you only get 1 blue die.
Okay.
And remember, like, anyone can use that initiative slot.
Okay.
So that it's, again, let's see here.
So roll for the...
Sorry, it was sweet, taking its sweet time. So the first one was... Ugh. So unfortunately, it's going to go the bad guys, then you, then you 2 guys, and then it'll go back in that order again. So first up is them. So they see you coming down, and they shout out, "Blast, rebels! Blast them!"
Shit.
And let's see here. I think they would not have their blaster rifles with them. I think they're only going to have blaster pistols. So they're going to have to spend a maneuver to draw a blaster pistol. And you guys will be medium range from each other right now. So it's 1 zone away. Blaster pistol does 6 damage. Okay. All right, so...
So would that be short range then, or...?
No, medium range. Short range is in the same zone, but not engaged.
Okay, gotcha.
Medium range is 1 zone away. So it'll be average difficulty, and they have a agility of 2, and there's 4 of them, so skill of 3. So we have 2... Oh, yeah, so there we go. No, that's not right. That's right. Okay. Okay, so here we go. They are blasting, down at you there, Kale. Let's see. Ooh, no successes. So the only thing I'll do is with the 2 advantage is I'm going to impose a black on your next roll. So it's just it's sort of a covering fire type thing. Okay, so then it's either you or your 1 squad. What do you want to do?
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
And I'm going to strain myself to take an extra maneuver.
Okay, what maneuver you want to take?
I am pulling out a frag grenade.
Nice. Okay, so you pull out a frag grenade, and then... Now, is there another maneuver you want to do?
Yeah, move up close and chuck it at him. Because I need to be short range to use it, so I'm medium.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Do I have that wrong? Is short? Let me double check something here.
I've got short, long, and engaged for my
Short
range.
maybe. You know what? I may have it wrong that engaged is the same, and then short is 1 away. Let's see. It's been so long since I've run the game.
I'll add it back just to be sure.
Yeah, I'm just going to double check here. See, it's combat skills. Let's see here. Nope. Here we go. For those listening at home, forgive me. It's been like 3 years or so since I've run this game on a regular basis, so some stuff just is not fresh in my memory. Here we go. Okay. Actions. Range bands. Here we go. Moving to... So... Yeah, okay, so... that sounds good. So, short range... Medium range is up to several dozen meters away. Short range is several meters between the targets. So, you come racing up to short range. So, you take 2 strain.
Okay, 2 strain.
And then go ahead and... let me set the difficulty here. Dice pool. Okay, and get rid of that. 1 black in there. Ready when you are. Now, do you want to spend any destiny points to upgrade?
No.
Okay.
I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
This is the rule of cool we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and a triumph! Nice! Holy shit! All right, so you got 2 advantage, which you would need to trigger your blast ability of the grenade.
6.
And
Plus
it
1 for uncanceled success, so that's a blast of 8.
That's a blast of 8, which is with their soak. Yeah, so tink, tink, tink at their feet, and they're like, "Ugh!" And the explosion goes off. And so the triumph, that'll take them out altogether. So I think, how about this? How about because of the explosion, there's some kind of security protocol that like locks doors when there's a massive depressurization or something like that, and that you've basically the rest of the security is going to have to get them get those doors open before they're able to engage with you.
Nice.
Sound good?
Yeah, the Force is telling me you're not here to sneak. You're here to blow shit up.
Okay, so wham. All right. So then, with them, they're all taken out by that. What are you doing next?
Okay, I'm hoping to mangle the mess hall. Yeah, probably shut the door. Okay, we're heading to the power
If you
station.
look down, you can hear kind of a dunk, 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 dunk from inside the mess hall. Hey, open up! What's going on?
Yeah, I think we're gonna hightail it to the power station and set the squad of minions to watch the doors we go in.
Okay. So you guys go in. So you got your you got your demo squad, which I'm assuming is the ones that are going to be setting the charges in there.
Yes.
Okay. Where do you want to be?
Pretty much right down here at the hull, so I can look there and then back down the hallway and
Okay.
try to keep an eye on things.
Okay. And where do you want your other squad?
Well, probably just backing me up right behind me.
Okay. So they're with you as well too. Everyone's got their blaster rifles out. Okay. Then. And I'll give you a destiny point as well too for that triumph.
Nice.
That was pretty cool.
Boom.
All right. So let me clear the dice pool here.
That's
So the
one.
difficulty, let's see here, for this, I think it's going to be average. It's not going to be terribly complicated. And their chance is 3 yellow, 1 green. You are ready to roll your dice pool whenever you like.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
Ooh, is that a threat?
Yes, so you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to impose that as damage, as strain on your guys. I think what happens is, in the course of overloading this thing, there's a bit of, you definitely succeed at this, but there's a bit of a, like, power kind of runs back and forth, and kind of like, all that means is that one of your troopers only has 4 wounds left before they go down instead of 5.
Okay.
Okay? All right, we got this, and all the power goes off, and red lights come up around, you know, the base.
Okay.
What are you doing next?
Okay, we need to find those the leaders of the base and make them surrender. But I think, where would they be in here?
Good question. Let's see.
There's some officers' quarters we could probably go to
Yep.
that are nearby.
There is a control room too. Hold on, there's.
Yeah, the communications room.
Yep. Let me
Here.
check one more thing. There is a more. I was able to find a more clear version of the map, but it unfortunately has all the like DM info on it. So
Don't use that.
I can look at that and see what the info is. I'm sure I've got. Actually, I know I've got the map somewhere, but I didn't think to bring it out. And there isn't a duplicate of the map in the adventure. So let's see here.
Communication room, security systems.
All right, so let me see here. Save, and then let me take a look at the bigger one. All right, so kitchen, mess hall are on the right there. Briefing room is on the left. That's the one that's the kind of sort of, well, I guess triangle, kind of triangular looking thing. Yeah, that one. The barracks is right next to that. There's a training facility up to the north, and the control center is at the far bottom on the left.
Control center.
Right down here.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what they would use that for. The guns or the defenses?
That probably monitors everything going on.
Okay. Communication room is probably for like meetings and whatnot, so not really that important.
Yeah, and then there's officers' quarters are right here and here, and then I think this is the armory.
Yeah, I say we make our way down here towards officers' quarters and seize the armory so that they don't get loaded up with weapons.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll head that way.
All right.
Make our way towards the briefing room and the control center.
Okay. So you making your way along there. Let's see here.
Wounded to the back.
Okay, so you guys are making your way down towards the armory there. You check and you see that when you get to that junction, and the whole the whole thing is bathed in that red light now as well. And you can see you take a look at the two officers' doors, and those two are both sealed. So they don't seem to they haven't made their way out. They're kind of like, dunk, 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 dunk. Come on, let us out, let us out. What's going on out there? And then there is the armory. But when you hit the sort of like, the thing to open the armory, you were greeted by something that you did not expect or want.
Lovely.
And that is...
a boss fight.
Let's see here. Is this. Stormtroopers!
Oh, no.
What are they doing here?
Is it,
So, let me pull up some... What you've got is, for some reason, instead of normal Imperial Army garrison troops, there are 2 squads of stormtroopers. One of which is standing basically on the opposite side from where you are. And then one that is further down in the barracks. Your intel did not say that there were any stormtroopers here. These guys are the elite of the Imperial Army. This is a bad development. So, we're a little bit early, but let's take our mid-session break right now.
okay.
And then we'll come back and I'll refresh my coffee. We'll check in with chat. And then we will... we'll have your fight with the stormtroopers.
I think we can take them.
I have full faith in you. Okay, so folks, we'll be back momentarily, and then we will... oh, yes, nice. Okay, then we'll be back and see what happens when our heroes take on some real Imperial soldiers. So, back momentarily.
Ready.
Sorry about that, John.
Oh, no problem.
Anna was taking her sweet time in the backyard. Okay. Oh boy. A lot of people in chat here. Howdy, Mr. Bad Guy. Very nice to play the game. Oh, never sold the dice. Yeah, it's tricky with the proprietary dice. Let's see. Start following when you're AD&D. Oh, thanks. Say jump. I say jump. Nice. Okay. Cool. That's yeah. It's been neat seeing. Isay says he or she jumped in on our 2E game, and then he's playing, or they are playing more 5E at the moment, but they're reading the 2E rules. That's cool. We got one of our players is doing the same thing too. Andrew has he's a 5E DM, but he's been learning more about 2E as well as he's going through. That's pretty awesome. Does FFG, so FFG, Mr. Bad Guy asked, FFG ever throw discounts for the Star Wars dice? I'm not aware of them. That is one of the things that the game or the publisher remorselessly monetizes this game. Like it's any ways they can squeeze money out of you, they'll do that for sure. Star Wars is such a cool system.
No, I heard 3D printers are kind of fun, but you know.
yeah, you probably can.
I'm not suggesting them.
You can find. So the thing is, you can find a free dice roller app. You can get a dice roller app from FFG, but you can also find a free dice roller app for it as well. So like, there's ways of getting around it. It is kind of fun rolling the dice in person sometimes. But one of the things we were talking about after our session yesterday of playing the West End version of Star Wars is that like the thing that's a little tedious with this game, playing in person with the dice, is having to sit there and count out like what cancels what and finding your result for everything. Yeah, if you've got one player who struggles with doing that quickly, it can be a real slog playing. So the dice roller app is a really sweet, even if you're not playing online, it's a nice way to sort of streamline that.
The best time that I think rolling a whole lot of dice makes sense is when the DM does it for a moment of suspense, when a dragon's breathing down your throat.
Yeah.
See how much damage you take.
Totally, yeah. Crunch says Star Wars is a cool game system, some fun mechanics in there from what I've seen. Yeah, it is. Like it's a neat, it's a different type of game than what the other one is. It's just with the narrative dice result, like you get successes and failures in every game, right? And I don't know why it feels more like when you get a dice result that is just advantage in this game. Like you get failures in other games too, and it doesn't, to me, feel as as deflating. But for some reason, I just when you get those kind of like you didn't quite succeed, but you get shitty failures, it just feels a little
I'm
off.
wondering, what if advantages count as like half a success if you don't have successes? So it takes two of the advantages to get an actual success. That might be a good house rule.
Yeah, you could. The trouble is then it becomes like it weights everything in favor of successes. Then.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, they would only count as successes if there were no actual successes.
Yeah. So Abyss has it right. Fantasy Flight Games, my lord. Yes, they'll milk every dime they can. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Abyss. And I've only recently got into the Arkham Horror card game, and they're great games. But boy, oh boy, and this game as well too. Like I've been getting everything for the Star Wars game as it goes along. But yes, they definitely will get. There's plenty of opportunities to sink money into the games. All right, so guys, let's jump in to this. So let's clear our initiative tracker here. Remove all turns, and let me clear the dice pool here. Yes, cleared. And you are free to roll initiative, John.
And vigilance, right? Because this was totally unexpected.
Yes, I think vigilance again, yeah. Excellent. Let me set up your dice pool for your troops. Go right ahead.
Oop.
Nice. 1 and so 1 and 1. And then I roll for... Okay, Stormtroopers actually have better vigilance, because they are dangerous. 2. Okay, so it'll go you, then the Stormtroopers, then your other guy, then top of the round again. So, one of you is up first. So you or your troops are up first. What would you like to do? Do you want to go, or do you want to go with one of your squads? I'm going to have both squads act on the same time.
Okay.
Just for ease. So
they'd have 2 different attack rolls. Is that what that means?
Yep. 2 different attack rolls. But they'll act on the same turn.
Gotcha.
So you can go with both your squads first, or you can go with yourself.
Well, considering I was moving up front and taking point, I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll just level my heavy blast. Oh,
another maneuver I'll point out is that you can, where is it? Take cover. Maybe I'm confusing this with another game. I thought you could take cover in this to gain the benefit, to gain like a black to the attack rolls against you.
Okay.
So you'd be like hanging in the doorway. If you don't have to do that, but oh, you know what? Hold on. There's one other thing that we forgot. By we, I mean me, because I'm the one who knows the game. Allegedly, is you get a chance to recover. I think because we're out of the combat. So what you get to do is roll a. Here we go. Strain. Recovering, here we go, recovering strain. At the end of an encounter, you can make either a discipline or a cool check, and every hit you get, or every success you get, recovers 1 strain.
I'll go with discipline.
Go ahead. Oh, hold on, I gotta clear the dice pool 1 sec.
Oh.
Sorry. It's alright. Go ahead.
That was, yeah.
Okay, so roll discipline again. Holy shit. So yeah, you're good. You're back up to full 13. So what do you, if you're going first, what are you doing?
I'm going to use a maneuver to aim.
Okay.
And then I'm going to unleash with a heavy blaster rifle.
Nice. Okay. So you're going to add, let me add blue to your dice pool here. You're good. Go ahead. Oh, and I got the difficulty. This is short range, I think. So it's only going to be 1 purple, but that means it's 1 purple for the stormtroopers too. Go ahead, make your roll.
Vibro knife, there it is.
Nice, very nice. All right, so you gain, that is 13 points of damage. They have a soak of 5, which means 8 gets through. Pow! 1 of them is down. Pow! And 1 of them is injured. Okay, so you open fire. Wow, one of them is hit and does that stormtrooper like jump back, scorching, smoking hole in its chest.
Then I'd like to use 2 strain and take an extra maneuver.
Okay, what's your extra maneuver?
I am going to. It's effectively interact with my environment, but I'm going to hit the data pad on the side of the door to shut it.
Okay, sounds good.
And can I put the blue dice to my next minion for my 2 advantages?
You can, yep, absolutely. Yeah. So you could wait. I mean, you've got 2 advantage, so you could add 1 to each.
Okay,
if you like.
Let's do that.
Yeah, okay. All right. So
then they have to come around.
On the stormtrooper's turn. Okay, so one of them are going to spend their maneuver and their. So I'm going to move them. They're making their way to flank you. The other ones are going to. They're going to have to split up, I guess. So they're going to suffer strain because they're going to need to go around the side. The other one's trying to open the door. So your door opens up. And then there's stormtroopers who have run around the side as well, too. So I've got 3 stormtroopers left to attack you.
Okay.
They have taken strain as well, too. And let's see here. So short range, there are 3 of them left, and they are most certainly trained in that. And they got a 3 dexterity. So that means 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, so here we go. Bang! Ooh! Oh, no! Oh, no! All right, so that means you take 12 points of damage.
I soak 5 of that.
Yep. Okay. And
that's a lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage, but remember you do have trauma packs, so you can recover some health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Dang it.
So that was, what did I say?
7 damage.
12, so yeah, so 7 damage in total. And then they also got a critical hit on you. So what we do is we go to your character sheet. This is another neat thing about the character sheets. We go to your character sheet. We go to critical injuries. Just go to the critical injuries tab here.
Okay.
And then there's no modifier. Go ahead and roll critical, please. Staggered, okay? Attacker may attempt another free attack against you using the same dice pool as before. Oh, no.
That sucks.
That really sucks. Yeah. Okay, so then let's do second verse, same as the first. Now, what you can spend is you can spend Destiny points to make my roll more difficult.
Okay.
So if you want to upgrade I'm rolling at short range, you could upgrade that purple to a red.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Screw you guys.
Screw us indeed. Okay, and let's see here. Twang! So that's a little better. It's 10 points of damage.
It's not better.
It was better than it would have been. Okay,
Puts
so
me at 1 hit point.
okay, so wow, so they're blasting away, and then it is okay. Then it is your squad's turn. What are you doing?
Okay.
Let me set their dice pool for their.
And the blue dice. Each of them get a blue.
Oh yes, each thing gets a blue. Okay, and they should be ready now. Yeah.
They're gonna. First one's gonna take aim at the stormtroopers and.
One sec here. I think I'm doing something wrong here. One sec. There's things at 2. So. That's what that should be. Sorry about that.
Okay. So they're gonna take aim and blast the ones that are hitting me with fire.
Yeah. Okay. Please, yeah, go ahead.
Would they? Since I gave them a blue die and they get an extra blue die, do I get another blue die?
Why do they get an extra blue die?
Because I gave one of my advantages to them.
Yep.
For my.
Oh, and because they're aiming as well too. Yeah.
So
Hold up. Okay, so that was their roll. So they got 2 successes, and then also go ahead and roll one more blue. Dice pool. Just roll the dice pool. And an advantage. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one, so that is, if they're using blaster rifles, that's 9 damage plus 2 is an 11. So 2 more stormtroopers are down. So they move forward, and there's a hail of blaster fire going down. 2 more stormtroopers are gone. And that's because of the strain. Excuse me, with minions, when they take strain, did you apply extra strain to your guys, or they only took 1 maneuver?
They took 1 maneuver.
Awesome. Okay, good.
They aimed and fired.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason that so many of the stormtroopers went down is because they needed to take extra maneuvers.
Gotcha.
So they're sort of like left themselves more vulnerable. Gotcha. Okay.
The second group of minions, do they get an action, or is that all one?
They get an action, but I don't think from where they are, I don't think they've got a clear line of sight to the stormtroopers.
They're going to move in and just lay fire into them so not aiming, but.
I think. So let's say the back one are the ones that fired in. I just don't look where the stormtrooper is in the corridor.
Okay.
I think that they would need to, even if it's the ones that are closer up, they would need to actually spend a maneuver to get down in the hallway, and then they could fire at them.
Okay.
So they just aren't going to get the aim bonuses all.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
No aim bonus, but
no aim bonus. Okay.
I'll have the 1 blue die from what I gave them. So
let me set it up, and okay, they're good to go.
Fire, take them down.
Ooh, and another triumph. Boom, another stormtrooper gone. All right, so that was the end of the round. Top of the round is one of you guys. So either yourself or your squads. What are you doing?
Well, I'm wounded, so I'm gonna go last. We'll have the minions go.
Okay. Well, that means the stormtroopers get to act before then, because remember they act next.
Oh, okay. No, then I'll need to go.
Okay.
Because.
So you could you could use a maneuver to get it to draw the thing, and then use a maneuver to activate your stim pack and heal 4 points if you like.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take a strain too, to do another maneuver.
Okay. What's the third maneuver?
I'm going to move into cover.
Okay.
So +4.
All right.
So, yeah, I'm moving around the corner from them.
Okay, sounds good. That's awesome. Now, are you poking out, or are you fully around the corner?
I'm fully around.
Okay, so then you can't see what's going on down the hallway. Okay.
Yeah, I can just hear. That's about it.
All right. So then, and your squad is in this corridor right now. So then the stormtroopers will use a maneuver to move up, and they open fire on your squad.
Come on, guys.
Now this is where the so they're not going to be able to aim. 4 of them, which means a skill of 3. Yeah, okay. So one thing I fucked up. So the dice pool is the higher number tells you how many dice, the lower number tells you how many of them are yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did a terrible job of explaining that. I was trying to figure out, I'm like, why are these dice pools so big? Because I don't know how to run this game, apparently. Okay, and I'm going to spend a dark side point to get more things. Let's take this rebel scum down. All right, so here we go. Let me get the dice pool out of the way here, and wow, go stormtroopers. Oh! Ooh. So that is 12 points of damage. Your minions have a soak of 3 and a wound threshold of 5. One of them's taken 1 point of damage already. So that means 7 points of damage, which means one of your troops falls, and another one
Steve.
is injured. Yeah. Oh, it's the guy who almost fell before that you helped save. Oh no, he's dead. He's dead. All right. Then what are your troops doing?
Okay. None of them have grenades, do they? It'd be nice to have grenades.
I don't think so. Let's see here. Nope. Blaster rifle, combat knife, and a blast vest.
Okay. We'll have the ones from the back move forward, and
they got a cool ability though. Covering fire. They may spend a maneuver to add +1 range defense to up to 3 allied characters or minion groups within short range. What that does is it imposes a black on attacks from range.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have the 3 that are wounded step back a bit and provide covering fire to the other group who's moving in.
Okay. So they'll provide covering fire to the other one, and then so that's just a maneuver. They still have either an action or another maneuver. They could take another maneuver by like taking cover, so that they themselves also get a black.
Let's say take cover then.
Okay, so that's what those guys are doing. They're turning around and blasting down. This is the opening scene of Star Wars with the guys shooting down the hallway. Mm-hmm. And then what are the other ones doing?
We'll have those 4 walk into the hallway, take some strain, take aim, and just unleash fire at the stormtroopers.
Okay, so go ahead. Let's see here. Let me get your thing set up here. There are 4 of them. So 3 and 2. Yeah. That's what the number is. Okay. Go right ahead. Ready when you are. Ooh, lots of advantage. So you could cash those in for a critical hit, which would take out one of the minions.
Critical
if you want. So they're doing 10 points of damage, I think. Yeah, 10 points of damage in total. And then, so what that would do is take down 1, and then if you spent the advantage to get a critical hit, that would take down another 1.
Okay, is the critical hit 3 of the advantages?
Critical hit is 3.
Okay, can I roll the last one over to Chael for a blue?
Yes, yep, absolutely.
Yep, let's do that.
Okay, so 2 of those troopers are down. One of them is injured. All right, then it is top of the round. Chael, you get to go again.
Chael is going to poke his head out the side. Is that going to be an action?
Well, so what we do is sort of figure out what the net result is here. Okay. So, like, if what he's doing is trying to get the benefit of being behind the wall there partially, then he's doing a maneuver to take cover. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now he's going to step out from behind the wall, and the guys are providing covering fire for up to 3 groups, right? So that'd be me included.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. And then he's gonna unleash his heavy blasters.
Okay. So then, let's see here. Let me set the difficulty for you. So I think they're at medium range now, because they're at the far end of the hallway.
I've got a long range on this thing, so...
Yeah, so you're good. It just means that the difficulty's a little higher. And I'm going to spend a dark side point to upgrade your difficulty.
Okay. Well, I get the blue die from the one guy, so that'll help.
You get a blue die from... Oh, yeah, from...
the advantage
that's
rolling
right.
over.
Yep. Okay. Dice pool is ready for you. Go ahead.
Okay, now I need to click on my rifle.
Okay. There we go.
Die! Not Rebel Scum, but Imperial Scum.
You're on their side. Oh, and you still get a triumph. Amazing. So you open up with your heavy, plow, plow, and take the last 2 stormtroopers down. That is it for them.
He's gonna go, shit, stim pack.
Yeah, go ahead and... first thing is, go ahead and roll whichever of the 2... Let me clear the dice pool.
Oh, my discipline?
Yeah, whatever of the discipline or cool, make your roll to recover strain.
Yeah, discipline is so much better.
Nice, you get 2 strain back.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. And then 4 stim pack. Okay, I'm feeling better.
Okay. Alrighty, so then...
can I use stim packs on my minions? I know one's wounded.
If you want to use one of yours, yeah, then it'll leave you with 1 left.
I've used 2 out of 5.
Right, so you'd use... Oh, you got 5. Okay, so you use 3 then.
Yeah, I will use one of those on the wounded guy. We want to keep Bob alive.
So unfortunately, the one that's down, he was shot, right through the back. So he is dead.
Buck up, troops! We're making it.
Okay.
There were not supposed to be Imperials here. Hey, Mo's here.
Oh, look at that! Nice. Let me put the link. The hangout here.
Cool. I'm guessing this isn't the kind of game where you search the bodies and take their stim packs, is it?
It is not. No, it is unlikely. Yeah, you can search there. You could take. They've got a. Excuse me. They've got stormtrooper armor on there, and it is a proud tradition of people disguising themselves as stormtroopers in the fiction.
There were 8 of them, right? Now there are 8 of us.
You know what? You can recover 2 more frag grenades.
Oh yes, I will take those frag grenades.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say let's all dress up because there's 8 bodies. There's 8 of us now because Bob died.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you got your frag grenades, and then let's see here.
Toss the bodies in the armory and lock the door.
Yep. Okay, and all right, where were you heading next? Let's get Mo's character set up quickly.
We were heading to the armory to prevent people from taking weapons, and that's where we saw the stormtroopers.
Okay.
So we're gonna clear the barracks and then I think control center and briefing room.
Yep. Okay. And let's see here. Oh, you know what? I bet you Mo forgot the time. Look at the time. It's almost...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably operating on the tomorrow's game.
Yeah, schedule. Tomorrow's game time. Yeah. Hey, Mo, how are you? Oh, can't hear us yet. Let's see. Is he in the hangout?
He's logging in, it looks like.
Yeah, I see. Mo, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we missed you at the start time, but it's okay.
Yeah, my phone was on the other side, and I was...
Okay, you're...
sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so Mo, would you mind...
I thought you meant it was Sunday's game. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's totally fine. I should have been more clear. We've had a chance to get John to become a master of this game, so now we get a chance to introduce you to you, too. So, have you played any of the Fantasy Flight Star Wars games?
These are the ones with the different dice, aren't they?
Yeah, the funky dice?
Yeah. The funky dice.
Great.
Yep.
All right, so Mo...
Probably an earlier version, but I know about Force dice and stuff like that.
Excellent. So, Mo, what I'm going to get you to do is, if you take a look at the email I sent you, there were 4 pre-made characters in there. We're using the characters from the beginner box. What we're going to have is from one of the other, like in the fiction, we just have not seen this, this soldier act or step forward yet. So one of the soldiers from the other squad will step up, and it'll be Mo's character.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to delete somebody here. Goodbye. Now, Mo, the 3 characters, John has chosen to play Chael. Your 3 options here are a Duros spy named Vendry. No? Hello?
Yep.
A human ace pilot named Zal. Or a Mon Calamari engineer named Zendar. I'll play an engineer, a spy, or an ace.
Oh, let's go with the ace.
The ace? Nice. Okay. So let me quickly... I've got your character sheet in there. Let me just quickly load that sucker up here. Where are we here? Where are you? Mo character. There we go. Okay. I may have already loaded all the art assets. So, John, why don't you, while I'm doing this, why don't you tell Mo what's happened so far?
Yes. We have gotten orders from the rebels to take a base on Alderaan.
Onderon.
Alderaan got blown up, I think.
Alderaan got blew up. That's where you're from.
Yes. So we hiked through the jungles. It was rough going, but we made it. We scaled the back cliff to shut down the escape shuttle, which we did brilliantly. We couldn't hack into the system, so we planted some explosives in case the operative leaders here escaped. We entered in, ran across some guys going to the mess hall, and we proceeded to blow them up with a frag grenade and lock the doors down on everybody, and then made our way to the power station, shut everything down, and now we were making our way to the armory and then to the control center to locate the leaders of the base, and ran across some Imperial stormtroopers. Were not supposed to be here, and Chell got all shot up, and we managed to take them down. Rough outline.
Yeah, the stormtroopers were not expected here.
Yeah, at all. And now we're dressing up in their armor, and we're going to go like, we've cleared the rebel scum. Take us to your leader.
Okay.
Something
Nice.
like that.
I missed that you were actually going to do that. That's terrific.
Oh yeah, no. Like, there's 8 of us now. I mean, then there was 8 of them.
Well, this is kind of the fun with like this particular game. No, Mo, last night we actually played the old West End version as well too. So we've had a Star Wars weekend of playing a bunch of different games. Okay.
I don't normally do science fiction stuff, but this is pretty fun.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear.
I like reading science fiction books, but the gaming, I'm more fantasy oriented.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder to suspend your sense of verisimilitude with sci-fi.
Yeah, I mean, with this stuff, I think you just lean into the fun, right? And then, okay, any qualities? No, okay.
It's really intuitive, Mo.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find my character sheet now.
Oh, here, I'll show you. Mo, there's yours. I'm filling it out right now, so just
Oh, okay.
yeah, just bear with me 2 more seconds here.
I thought about taking Zal, but I was like, I played a lot of female characters recently. Let's not.
Kale is for what do you call it, for pre-gens, is the character that's been played the most frequently, most times by people. I mean, it's an easy, rebel soldier is an easy thing to sort of wrap your head around.
Yeah. I wanted to stay away from the fish guy. I was like, I mean, too many. It's the trap.
I love the Mon Calamari. I've used the same Mon Calamari NPC who's this like traitorous. What do you call it? Traitorous Mon Calamari doctor named Dr. Bakabar. He's a computer specialist. I've used him in 2 different campaigns, and in both times he's fucked over the players, and the players have caught him and made him pay. Oh God.
That's right. He was a trap.
He was, yeah. Well, he was just. Oh, he was such a dick.
Yeah, for the UK people who might be listening, Games Expo used to be held in a different, not the main place they use now, but fairly nearby. There was a well-known restaurant called Akbar's.
No kidding.
We used to go to
South
Games
Asian
Expo,
restaurant or what?
So.
What was it? A South Asian restaurant?
Yeah, it was an Indian restaurant. So.
Oh, I love it. That's hilarious.
Very well known, actually. So.
Mo, you are a little bit quiet right now. Would you mind turning up your gain just a scooch?
No. Sorry, I had it down at its...
perfect. Yep, awesome. Okay. Okay, so your character should be ready there, Mo. You got everything on there. I got your stat. Oh, hold on. We need one more thing. Your soak is a 4. Your wounds and strain are both 12. So let me set those, and I'll get you a token here.
How easy is it to make characters for this game?
Very easy, especially for starting characters. You pick a species, you pick a profession and a specialty, and then you assign some skills or pick some skills, and then you spend some experience points to bump your stats up or whatever. Pick some gear, and then you're good to go.
So this is like a kind of a linear progression rather than you level up and a whole bunch of things go bigger.
So well, actually, you know what? Let's spend some XP right now because it's you guys have gotten far enough, and one of the things they actually incorporate into the pre-made adventure is for you guys to get the experience of gaining new powers. So hold on here. Let me get Mo a token here. Here we go, Mo. Almost the right size. Great. So one of the things that you have in the game, in the full versions of the games, is your profession will give you access to talents, and talents are kind of like feats in like the D20 games. So,
When you say profession, you mean like career, like soldier?
yeah, and then so like soldier, for instance, the soldier has 3 different talent trees that are included in the core rulebook for this. So they look like this. What?
Okay. So like medicine skill, melee skill, point blank talent.
Well, what they are is so if you look in the PDF version of your character sheet, if you go to the
I see
fourth page, right?
I see it.
So some of these things are raising skills, right? But then like your point blank talent, that would be a 5 point XP talent. So let's say while I'm setting up the token here, Zal, you can look at your advancement page. Kale, you can look at your advancement page, and you guys can spend 10 XP. So you can tell me what you're choosing to upgrade, and we'll do that.
Okay.
Okay, are those in the handouts then?
In the same PDF. The PDF of Zal on page, I think it's page 4 is where the advancements are. Not in Roll20, but in the
sorry,
PDF.
let me...
That's okay.
It's in your email.
Okay, let's see here. And that is going to be her strain.
Okay, could do the medicine skill. That'd be pretty cool.
Okay. Okay, bottom overlapping. Everyone. Visible to everyone. Visible to everyone. Has sight. Okay, so the token is set up for Zal. All right, so then what your options are, Kale, are... now, obviously, you would have more freedom for advancing it if you were playing the actual game. Okay. Medicine skill, melee skill. You could get 1 point in medicine. You could bump up your medicine skill to 2. You could gain the point blank talent, which allows you to do +1 damage when you're at short or engaged range. Or you can get the toughened talent, which gives you increases your wound threshold.
Oh. Thinking, so I got 10 to spend, so I can get...
So one thing I'm doing wrong here too is technically what the wound threshold is. It's not like hit points where you take it and you lose. You're supposed to take wounds, and then once you get to your threshold and go over, that's when you do it. So,
yeah.
But...
Skill...
And then what Zal can do, so Zal has just her skills right now. Zal's options are to get a point in mechanics, to bump up her gunnery skill. Gunnery applies for vehicle-based weaponry. She get the skilled jockey talent, which ignores 1 black dice when you're operating vehicles. Or you can get the grit, which bumps up her strain threshold by 1.
I think I'm going to go for the melee skill.
Okay, what does that do for you?
It
bumps it up to 2?
Yeah.
Cool.
So 2 yellow dice and a green dice.
Yep, so let's go in your character sheet and just bump up the skill level of your melee. It's under combat skills. I'll bump it up by 1, please.
Okay, boom.
Nice.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice.
Okay. And then...
Gmail seems to have lost my PDFs.
Oh, that's okay. So then here's what your choices are, Mo. You can either you get 10 XP. You can spend all of it to bump your gunnery skill up from 1 to 2. Or you could spend 5 to gain 1 point in mechanics, 5 to gain the skilled jockey talent, which allows you to ignore 1 black dice, 1 setback dice. Or you can spend 5 XP to get a grit talent, which will give +1 to your strain threshold.
Strain is nice.
Yeah, I'll take the increase to grit.
Okay, you also get to choose then either the skilled jockey talent or the mechanics skill.
As well, yeah.
Skilled jockey, I think.
Skilled jockey? Okay, you got it. Okay, so
We might need it if we need to make an escape.
yeah, and like with shittier handling vehicles, they'll have a handling penalty, so that allows you to ignore one of the black dice on that. Awesome. Okay. So, Zal, you were in command. We're also using squads in this. So you guys each have a squad of rebel soldiers with you. You just finished defeating the squads of stormtroopers, so which were not expected here. So what are you guys doing next?
I have a feeling you spent some dark side points for that.
Maybe.
So we're all dressed up in stormtrooper armor.
Yep.
The plan is to head to the briefing room or the control room or command center and see if we can find the leaders of this base.
Okay.
We're our goal here is to take it over and make it a new outpost for the rebels.
Excellent. So where are you going next?
This way, we got to clear the barracks, make sure it's empty.
Okay. So you go through the barracks, and what you're seeing now is that the barracks are completely devoid of any sign of life. It looks like this may have been where the stormtroopers were stationed.
Okay.
And if the stormtroopers were positioned here, then that may mean that the Moff behind this, Moff Dardano, he may have more juice and more sway than what you guys knew, or he may have known something that you did not.
Okay. Then it's doubly important that we find him.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it looks like Zal has a frag grenade. That's good.
Okay.
If people
So
need-
the barracks appear to be empty, but what are you guys?
Okay, let's
Do
go to
next.
the briefing room. I think that's where we should head. Poke our head out, look down south and then to the north,
Okay.
and then
Okay. So you guys make your way over there. You check and see that the briefing room is empty.
okay. Like command center, it is.
Okay.
Actually, before we head there, can we just do a quick search of the barracks to see if anything was left behind?
You can find 2 more frag grenades in there.
No, well, useful.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hand one of the frag grenades I picked up to my my minions so they can toss it if they need to.
Okay.
They'll leave me
Yeah,
with one.
might as well hand it to the squad leader or something.
Okay. So you guys get in. You get down to, tell me how you're approaching the command center.
Well, I'm gonna take point and try to be quick and quiet, which hasn't worked out for me so far. But
Yep.
I'm not going to give up habits ingrained in me. And then get down, swerve to the left to make sure that it's clear. Look to the right, and wait for people to get in point, and then hit the button to open the door.
Okay. So you hit the button. Well, so as you get down there, you're taking all your precautions. The door to the command center is actually open already. So you guys walk in, and you're get in, and there's no sign of anyone here. There's headsets that are set down in front of terminals, and what you can, let's see here. I'm going to set a difficulty here. So I'm setting all the difficulties. You don't need to worry about any modifiers to the dice rolls or anything. Would each of you kindly just roll your perception skills, please?
Perception.
Yeah. Okay, Kale, no successes, but a bunch of advantage. How about Zal?
I need to go on the skills tab. Perception.
It's all the way to the right for the dice.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so perception. Ooh, I've got 3 green things.
Oh
Nice.
no!
Ugh. So both of you are looking around, and where is everyone?
This is a bit suspicious. I'm going to go to the door with my gun out and have a look out, see if it's not a trap.
So if you get to the command center, there are like windows over here that look out over Onderon. And Mo, just to give you an idea what Onderon looks like, this is what Onderon is: a jungle planet full of terrible, poisonous things, giant, scary monsters that want to eat you, and monsters, basically. So this is what you can see. And the one strange contrast to all of that stuff, to the natural, wildlife, the beautiful and, exotic plants and vines and stuff like that, is one piece of Imperial hardware.
Oh no, is it a walker?
And of course that is an ATST. Which is actually walking away from the base.
Oh shit. That wasn't part of the plan?
Okay.
Okay, everyone stay away from the windows in case anyone's looking.
It doesn't seem to be looking back. It's moving away.
How do we take one of those things down? Very carefully, I suppose.
You think it's the moth running off or something? If this is a command center, are there any logs?
Why don't you give me, let's see here. Wrong thing. Hold on.
I'm assuming it's too far to fire on, right?
Well, I mean, you guys are indoors, and it is outside, and it is at extreme range right now. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You could run to, I mean, like, the two exits you know of are the garage and then the landing pad. So, let me set the difficulty here, Mo.
Do we know of any...
Go ahead and give me a computer's roll, please. Oh, shit. 2 threat.
That's bad.
Okay, so I think what happens is you start trying to access the logs, and what ends up happening is this has been clearly sabotaged. So then all the computer banks all shut down simultaneously.
Oh, so the battery backups is gone. Great.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
What are you guys doing?
I think we need to beeline for the garage to see if there's a way we can chase this thing down. Do we know of any evac points that they had nearby that the walker could get to?
This is the extent of the intel that you had is what you've got here.
We can't let them get away. And we still have people locked up in the quarters here, so when we shut the power down, we seal the doors.
Oh, they'll be all right for a bit.
Wait a minute. There's a walker. They might have an extra one we can chase them with. Let's do an ATV whatever chase.
ATSD, chicken walker.
Yes, ATSD.
Right, yeah, let's quickly go to the garage then.
Yeah, go in guns ready because there might be resistance.
Okay, so you guys make your way down to the garage, and when you open the door, I'm going to get everyone to roll a initiative with vigilance, please.
Got it.
So, Zal, go ahead and roll vigilance. I'll just roll to see where your troops are going to... Oh, wrong thing.
Yeah, click on your token and then roll your vigilance.
Oh, click on my
Let
token,
me
right.
clear the things. Yeah. So, and actually, it's under the combat tab. There is one that says initiative. And depending on whether you are ready or not, that tells you which one you're rolling. So, in their vigilance...
I've just got the single vigilance under general skills.
No. That's because you're on the wrong tab. You go to the combat tab.
All right, okay.
Let's see here. Do you see where we're talking about, Mo?
Yeah,
Let's see.
the red title says character info, skills, combat.
Here we go. Here, Mo, let me help. There you go. You see where we are now?
Oh, right, sorry, yeah.
That's okay. It's there's a lot of different colors and shit on the sheet. So, the way to navigate this one is you see where that combat tab is right beneath your like wounds and soak and stuff. That's the stuff you'll use to navigate around here. Combat has like your weapons and stuff like that. An initiative on it. Skills has all your skills. If you take a critical injury, you'll go on that. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay, a nice one, guys. 3 and 3. Let me see about these guys. So we have 2.
Our minions.
Ooh, 2.2, and then your minions, 2. All right. So what we're the way that we, and forgive me if I'm repeating what you know already, Mo, but the way that initiative works is you just set slots. So we have 2 of your PCs. So you guys go heroes, then the baddies, then the heroes. So who wants to go first? We have 2 of you guys acting first. You can see there are. I'm gonna put 2 squads in here because that sounds like fun. Okay, so there's 2 squads of Imperial soldiers in here, and this is what you want a refresher. Thanks to Solo, we now know what the Imperial soldiers look like.
Nice.
Okay.
What are our distances to them? Are they like
Kale or Zal? They're about, so the one of them is medium distance away, or sorry, is short distance away. One of them is medium distance away. One of them is crouched behind, the closer one is crouched behind crates with cover. The other one is not really getting the benefit of cover. They're near a bunch of speeder bikes. What those, you see those other like things that are in the hangar there? Those are speeder bikes.
nice?
Okay.
I'm ready to, I'm good to go in and just start dusting it up if Zal wants to provide covering fire.
So
Zal's got to hold one of the frag grenades and sort of flick the his finger at the release and
so,
sort of.
Hold on, look, guys. So it sounds like you guys are going to go first. So Kale or Zal, do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. So you remember every town you get an action and a maneuver. So what are you doing?
My maneuver is I'm going to move into melee range.
Okay. So you go racing up to the group.
And I've got my blasters, what I was carrying, so I'm going to take 2 strain and draw my vibro knife.
Okay, so you're taking, as a reminder too for Mo's benefit, to take an extra maneuver, you can take 2 strain.
You can only do 2 maneuvers a turn period. So
yep. Okay, so let me set the difficulty. Difficulty for melee is 2. There's average, so go right ahead whenever you're ready.
And I just made my vibro knife attack better, so.
Nice.
Huzzah! What?
Oh no!
No way!
Oh no!
No way!
So you're racing in there. Oh no!
That sucks.
Now, how many? Do you have any destiny points left?
I have 1.
You have 1, so you could re-roll the whole thing rather than trying to.
I would do that. Yes, even though it's going to give you a dark point. So.
Dark side. Okay, so and the house rules for spending destiny points are one of the handouts, Mo. Right, so go ahead and re-roll your vibro. That is
they're all dead.
Incredible. All right, so you go racing down into these guys. That is a total of 10 damage with 2 piercing, so it ignores 2 of their soak.
No
that flat out takes one of them out, and then severely injures the second one. So he runs in like a maniac, slashing away with his vibro knife. Zal, you were up next. What would you like to do?
Pardon me. So that was the group hiding behind the crates near the door.
Yep, that's what he's run down to engage. So he just took out
Okay, in
the
that case,
easier
I'm
target.
going to run flat out and try and climb into the walker.
Okay.
So
I'm not sure how. So I assume I'm clambering up the leg.
So
and
here's
then
what I'll
in the
do
hatch at
is
the top. So is that?
it's going to take you. I'm gonna make it 3 strain, or so 2 strain because you're going to have to get 1 extra. You can use one of your maneuvers to move down into at the feet of the walker. Oh, hold on, is this 50-50 chance of that being the walker? I think what you could do, Mo, is spend one of your story points to edit the scene so that it's the closer walker is the one that is still here, and that he took the other walker.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, because otherwise I would assume that he took the closer walker, but for whatever reason he took the other one. So then what I'm going to get you to do is, so it'll be 1 maneuver to race to its feet, 1 maneuver to start trying to get up it, and 1 maneuver to try and get in. So you will need to spend 2 strain.
Yeah, your blue bar.
Yep, and then I'm going to get you to make an average athletics check here to do this all soaked all in one round. So I've got the difficulty set. Go ahead and make your roll for athletics, please.
Right. So how do I turn the strain on?
You don't. You just subtract 2 from your blue bar.
My blue bar.
Yeah, on your token.
No, well, let's do it first. So this is athletics. Okay.
Nice. Yep. You got a success and you got an advantage. So you go scrambling up here. The advantage, you could feed a blue dice to someone else. So you could do it to one of your troops will be going after the bad guys here.
Yeah, and maybe tossing a frag grenade.
So the
sorry, yeah.
Because so the results, Mo, an explosion, the little exploding symbol, that's how many successes you have, and then the little like wings with the dot on it, that is advantage. So we know that you succeeded, which is great, and then you also got one advantage. Advantage is kind of like, you know, you're using stunt points or like momentum in 2D20 games. It's the same type of thing. Not for nothing, Jay Little, the guy who designed the Star Wars, this game, he later went on to work on the 2D20 system. So there's similarities between the two of them. It's because it's the same mind that helped design them. So yeah, you are inside there now. It doesn't mean you've activated it yet, but you are inside the ATST. Okay, then. Let's see here. Then it's the bad guys. So we got 3 engaged with you there.
Yes.
Let's see here. So I think they're just gonna try and beat you down.
Yes.
Okay, so
Bring it on.
Let's see here. I'm gonna check and see if I've got. They're not using their blasters on you. They're just going to be beating the bejesus out of you, which I'll use the stats for truncheon. Okay. So it's 5 points of damage. All right, so let's see how they do here. Are they trained in melee? They are not. Okay, so that means dice pool is pretty small here. For minions, 2. And difficulty is 2 for that. I am going to spend a dark side point to upgrade, because I'm evil. Actually, I'll spend 2. Let's see how
we're subtracting.
Okay.
Yep. So sorry. Yeah, like technically the rules is written. You're supposed to be adding up towards it, but I just fucked up when I set up the the character sheets. All right. So here we go. Ooh, success and a threat. All right.
That's bad for them, right?
You take yeah. So I think you're returning fire. They'll take 1 strain. So you punch one of them, but it also means you take
5 plus 1. Right?
6. So 6 points of damage.
So I soak 5 and I take 1.
Yeah. So yeah, you're doing that. Now the others, Zal, you're in there now. The others are going to open fire on your squad. So let's hear. They are actually trained in that. It's medium range. You guys did say that you were taking care, so I'm going to give them 1 black for the cover. There's 3, so that should be, yes, number of dice, and then skill. Okay, so here we go. They open fire. Ooh,
No.
All right. So that is 11 points of damage, which means another one of your squad goes down, Zal. Oh, no! And one of them is injured. All right. Then it is your turn for the squads, guys. What are you guys squads doing?
Mine's going to return fire on the guys that just shot it.
They're going to have to move in then because there's just not enough room to fit both. So 1 maneuver to get into the bay.
Yep, and then pop.
Okay, so let me set the difficulty for them. You still have the full complement. There's no cover over there. Dice pool's ready whenever you are. Nice. Okay. So they return in kind. Another one of them goes down. And then, Mo, you have 2 guys there. What are you thinking of doing here? What's your squad going to do?
I'm going to get them to move in and take cover behind the walker I've just run into.
Okay.
And then that's an action, and then they're going to shoot.
That's actually so. That I think that's their 2 maneuvers. Because so if what you mean, because taking cover is a maneuver.
Oh, cover's a maneuver, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're sort of running in, hunkering down behind the legs.
Sure. Yeah. Great. Okay. Then we're at top of the round, guys. So we have 2 heroes go first.
I'll go first again.
Okay. What are you doing?
So he's getting beat down, and he's like, "You fools! You fell for my trap!" And he's going to leap back as a maneuver, take 2 strain.
Okay.
Pull out his grenade, throw it at him, and watch it explode.
Hold on. I think there is such a thing as like free strikes in this as well. If you're moving out of engaged.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Let me. Well, I mean, your character would. So hold on. Let me just. I might be wrong, but I thought. Let's see here. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Because that may not be a very Star Wars thing to do. Let's see here. Assist. Let me see if they're... We got move. So you can perform a maneuver to disengage from the opponent. You must perform a maneuver to disengage with that opponent before moving to any other location. Right, so you're short distance from them right now. Yep, so you can do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna disengage, pull out the grenade, and toss it at him.
Okay, so you take 2 strain.
The blast radius.
All right, so let me set the difficulty. Go right ahead.
Okay, suck on frag grenade.
Oh, strain. So one threat. You can take a strain for that.
I take 1 strain for the threat.
Yeah. I'll convert that directly into strain. And then 2. Okay, so you do not have any advantage, so it's only going to trigger 1 of them. But that's 10 damage though. So I'll say that 2 of the minions are taken out. Wow! As they're blown out, you hear an explosion outside of the ATST, Zal. Then it is
mad cackling.
Yeah. Then we have someone else. So either one of the squads or Zal goes next.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, so hold on here. So you need to hotwire this sucker, because there is secures here.
All right, so I'm madly flipping switches.
Okay, so let's see here. So I think it'll be a mechanics check. And the dice, it is ready for you. Go ahead. Nice. Okay, so I think you're going to take 1 strain, Zal. I think this is sort of like the proverbial, you put wires together, and unfortunately 2 of them were live, and you're like, ooh, gee. But yeah, the whole thing activates now. So all the power comes on. You now have control of an ATST. So what? Yeah, that was only an action. You have a maneuver if you want as well.
That would be like driving, right?
Maneuver.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I move it over and like slam the leg into the?
So that would be an action, because that's an attack, and you can't do 2 actions in a round. But what you can do is you could maneuver. You could start moving closer. Like if you wanted to kick the ones that your guys are, or you want to position yourself between the other squad and the Imperial Army, you could start moving towards them.
Do it.
Yeah, well, I don't want to crush the speeder bikes.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Oh, you know what I'd do is, if you don't want to crush the speeder bikes, here, I'm going to give you here's a chicken walker thing. And controlled by... Where are you here? Mo. Perfect. Okay, Mo, you have control over the chicken walker now. Let's put it to the back. So what I just get is I'd make you make a piloting planetary check to avoid stepping on the speeder bikes, if you like.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, because you're pretty awesome at that anyway. Let me set the difficulty.
Now.
Go right ahead.
So, piloting planetary, right, yeah.
Yeah. No problem. So what you could do, if you wanted to, if what your intent was to make things more difficult for your adversaries, you could convert that into a black dice on their next attack.
Okay, I'm going with that then.
Okay, so this thing starts stomping forward. Now, to be honest, I think that I'm going to make a cool check for them, Because I think they may fuck off. They may see this thing coming and be like, no way are we fighting that thing. So let's see here. I'm going to put the difficulty at, I'll put one red, one purple, put their cool in. Let's see how they do.
Oh,
I despair. Okay. So a despair is the equivalent of a triumph. So I think, Mo, like once you start stomping forward, they all look at each other and they just throw their guns down. They're like, no. So you guys have your prisoners now. And same thing with the one guy that's left over there too. Now that you have control over an ATST, they just surrender. So what happens next, guys? You can see from where you are, Mo. You can, your cockpit kind of looks outside, and you can see the other walker has just disappeared into the jungle.
We probably go after them. We maybe leave with one of the wounded minions here to keep track of the prisoners, and And you chill. He's like, I have 2 stimbacks left. Screw it. Hits one into him.
Okay. Nice. All right.
I think I'm gonna come after you on a speeder bike. Follow you and my 3 guys.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll get the remaining guy of my squad to take the co-pilot seat.
Okay.
Well, we need somebody to stay back to.
Yeah, that's the wounded guy. I've got 2 left. 1 wounded, 1 not.
Okay.
Okay.
So we could probably divvy up. I'll give you one of my guys, so we have 2 each to take with us.
We're gonna assume there's other ones here. The minions are gonna stay here. We're just taking them out of the for now. It'll be this is our heroes trying to catch up to some bad villain here.
Okay.
All right. So you are taking the ATST, and then you're gonna take a speeder bike.
Yeah, because if that thing falls down, I don't want to be anywhere in it.
Fair enough. And
Trouble is,
who doesn't want to just
thinking...
be exposed to the elements when another ATST is shooting at you?
Well,
the problem is,
kidding.
We're trying to.
Go ahead, Mo.
If we're trying to catch up, I'm in the same vehicle they are, so effectively.
Yeah, but you're a better pilot.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a badass pilot. So, okay, so John, you should have control over the speeder bike.
Yep.
Mo, you got control over the ATST. Okay, so then, let's see here. What we'll say is...
We're going to do the recharge...
Oh, yes, go ahead and roll. Yeah, so both of you roll the better of your... Let me clear the dice pool first here. Hold on. Okay. Roll the better of your discipline or your cool, and that'll recharge your strain. For every success... Ugh, only 1. Jail. Gosh.
That's better than nothing.
Yep, absolutely. So roll the better of discipline or cool, Zal, and that's how many strain you'll recover.
So I've got yellow, green, or green, green. I'll go
yellow,
cool.
yellow, green. Yeah. Whew, nice. Recharged and ready to do stuff.
Very cool.
Successes. Yeah. So, what does that do to my strain? I'm currently 10.
So you'll be back to 13. I know I'm doing it backwards, but you would clear any strain you had.
Yeah.
All right. So then, guys, let's see here. Okay, so this is one thing I do remember liking about the game is that it's very easy to just to adapt to whatever's going on in the game and just improvise rules or improvise stuff for it. Okay. Where is it here? What do I watch?
I'm going to laugh if this was just a diversion and they were actually still in the base.
You think I would do that? Come on.
Yes. Carrot.
That's pretty awesome. That does sound like a pretty awesome despair result if if one of you guys rolls a despair. Okay, so here's what we're doing, guys. You are gonna have to be chasing here. So, right now and let's actually go here. No, let's go to the jungle map. I'll grab your tokens so you can keep track of your strain And I'll grab your vehicles so you can be on them. Vrow, vrow. Go. So we have a more clear map. Here you go. I have way too many bars open right now. Okay, there we go. Put you guys down here. Bam, there we are. So we got Zal in the ATST and Chael on a speeder bike. Okay, so speeder bike is obviously much faster than this. The trouble is this is like, you know, you can remember the perils of Endor when the biker scouts were going through there at an accelerated speed. This is like that because there's tons of overgrown jungle and trees and things like that. So it is going to be tricky to navigate through here. So, let's see here. Where is... Okay. So I'm going to place him at extreme range right now from you guys. So he is very, very far away. But you guys are... Oh, wrong thing. Wrong thing, Kev. But you guys should be able to catch up with him. Count. All right, so then who would like to go first here? What we're doing is... let's see, remove all turns. John, the stats for your the Aerotech 74ZB speeder bike has a speed of 3 and has a handling of +1. That means you're going to get a blue dice when you're making piloting checks with it. It just handles like a dream.
That'd be using piloting planetary?
Piloting planetary, correct. And Zal, the ATST, it may not surprise you to learn, kind of operates like a lumbering, you know, jalopy, but because of your talent, you get to ignore the -1 handling that it has. So you're just rolling a normal check. So, first thing, let's do this. Let's find out who is going to be able to catch who here. So if you succeed, I'll put the, you know what I'll do is I'll put him at long range right now. So you guys are, well, maybe we'll use these as like a play mat kind of thing. So you guys are currently at the top. When you get to the bottom of this thing, it'll be medium range, then it's short range, then it's engaged, okay? So, I'm going to make, we're going to all make piloting checks to try and catch up. But if you want to move one area, where is it here? Sorry, each of these things, each of the games has a different, or puts different, the different, navigation things. Here we go, here we go. Okay, so making a piloting check is difficulty equal to the vehicle's current speed or half of its silhouette. So this thing is moving at top speed. The upside is, so Mo, I don't think you can move any faster. You can just try and go one round per, like one range band per success. But Chael, I'll let you get 2 if you're moving at your speed of 3.
Okay.
So what it'll be then, so for your difficulty, John, it'll be speed of 3. Let's hear it. Take half of your silhouette. Sorry, guys, it's been a while since I've had to do this. Your silhouette is a 2, John. Yours is a 3. So, your difficulty, John, would be 1 red and 2 purples.
Jeez.
And 1 black. So you may want to spend some... well, you don't need destiny points left.
Nope.
If you slow down, then that would only be 1 red and 1 purple.
Yeah, I'm going to try and keep pace with the ATST next to me.
So then for you, Zal, yours will be 1 purple, 1 red, and it's going to be 1 black for each of you because of the difficulty of the terrain. Now, he's also the what do you call it? Whoever's in that ATST is also getting that. So who wants to roll first? Who's feeling lucky here?
I'll go first. I'll try and scout out the terrain so I can call out any hazards. Kind of use that as the narrative explanation.
Okay, works for me. Go ahead. Dice pool's ready for you. Go ahead and make your planetary.
You got my blue die in there too?
What's your blue die from?
It's the how it handles. You told me earlier. It gets a +1 die.
Which one?
Yeah, you told me that the...
the handling. Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I'm a dummy. Yeah. The handling of the vehicle, of course.
Yep, no problem.
Yep, okay. Go ahead and make your roll. Oh, no. So fortunately, it's no threat. So you're trying to, you think you're going to zip ahead, and it's just not happening. But I think what you could do is if you want to feed that one advantage to Mo, you could at least, you're like, God, I can't get through. Zal, I can't get through. So then, Mo, the dice pool, let me get rid of that black. The dice pool is ready for you to make a planetary piloting check. Holy shit. He shows you how to do it. All right.
And I should follow after him then.
Now, 3 advantage is pretty damn good. What do you, you could put black on your adversary's dice, or you could give feed blues through to Chael, or what else? What do you think, Mo? What do you think the advantage might reflect?
I think maybe I found a clearer path.
Yep.
And I can radio. Okay, down this. Yeah, I assume there's like canyons of things like we're following there. So maybe I found a better one.
Sure. So you're. So you could say, feed a blue to Chael for his next roll, and you could feed a black to the enemy's roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So let me make a roll for them. So get rid of that. I'll add 2 blacks to the roll, and let's see here. 2. Okay. Let's see how they do. Boom. Oh no! So it cannot seem to get through. All right. So Zal, you're making some progress here. You're only a medium distance away right now. Long distance away right now. Next round, guys. Who wants to roll first?
I'll go first. So feed that blue on me.
So, have I got any long-range weapons on this thing? I can't remember what they were armed with.
Yes. Yours. So the ATST is armed with twin heavy blaster cannons, which have to be fired at close range, and the what do you call it? Speeder bike is armed with forward-mounted light laser cannon, which has to be fired at close range. Both of them use the gunnery skill.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so there's nothing I can shoot. Oh, I'm just going to keep going.
Okay, so John, your dice pool is ready. Go ahead and make your check.
I got 2 blue die in there.
You have 2. Yep, you do.
Yep. Good. Go in. I'm just gonna crank it up. Meow.
Okay, you got your way forward there. Okay, and then Mo, let me just quickly adjust the dice pool here. You should have 1 black, and you have no things. You are ready to go. Ooh. Now, you have 2 destiny points right now. You could spend 2 to... Well, you could spend 1 to just re-roll that altogether.
Yeah. Doesn't he ignore the black from the piloting?
No, he does from the handling. He does not from the terrain. It's just really thick, terrain that he's going through. What do you think, Mo? You want to re-roll that, or are you just going to...
I say do it.
Yeah, I was just thinking... that's Destiny.
Oh, no, that's your foresight. You just hit re-roll is all, and then just reduce. Right, reduce your what do you call it? Your gray bar by 1. Oh shit! You just can't seem to find a. I mean, you could spend another destiny point to re-roll again if you like.
You're giving him points to re-roll though, so keep that in mind.
What do you think?
Oh, hang on. Where's it gone?
What are you looking for, Mo?
No, I'm just trying to think. Oh, I'll just keep track of it in my head.
Well, hold on. Your destiny on your token, Mo. Your token has a gray bar that has a number on it. That's how you're tracking your destiny points.
Oh.
Yeah, so you had 2. You still have 1 left, so you could re-roll again, or you could sit on that.
Nah, you're.
I'm going to save that in case of
Yeah,
emergencies.
You updated mine,
Okay.
so update yours, Al.
Okay. Okay, so then on your adversary's turn, let's see if he's able to, or she, or it, or whatever it is able to get a little further distance. 1, 2, for the handling. Here we go. Nope, still can't. Seems to have been bogged down. All right, guys, you are up. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. See if we can get further ahead.
Okay. Oh, what's that? I need to add a blue in. You are good to go.
Okay, go.
So you take 2 strain as you're whacked by trees getting by, but you do manage to get a little closer. So you're within, I think you're within close range now. So you can make use of your weapon, although if you draw their attention to yourself, you'll be, Yeah.
I'm not doing that just yet.
Okay. Mo, let me just adjust the dice pool for you. Boom. Boom. It is ready for you whenever you are. Come on. Get through here. Oh, God dang. You want to re-roll that, or you...
Yeah, if you make it, you get close enough to shoot him.
Let's try that. And...
Okay. Here we go. Come on, dice. Treat us better. Oh, a despair!
No.
Oh, no! Oh, shit. So I think that the... you're making your way along, and what happens is one of the feet gets tangled up in some roots. And you're going to have to free yourself somehow before you can try and carry on. Let's see how... I want to spend some dark side points to make this interesting. So let's see how he does this time. Oh, yeah. He blasts away some of the cover that was causing him problems, and he starts stomping forward, so you guys each progressively move further back. All right. Next, who wants to go next? Zal or Chael?
I'll go first. Seeing that the ATST's stuck, I'm going to whip around and try to get close enough to cut at the roots, holding the AT down. Or maybe shoot at the roots.
Okay, yeah, sure. So go ahead and give me a check here. Let's see if we can get...
Piloting check?
Yep, please.
Huzzah!
No.
What?
Zilch. Everything canceled out.
Well, I'm close enough to fire at her. Can I still do that?
Yeah. So give me a. Let me set the difficulty here. Give me a gunnery. What I think here. Yeah, give me a gunnery check. Let's see. Okay, blast the roots that are holding you down there, Mo. You've been freed. So, Mo, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'll try and move forward again.
Okay.
You can do it.
Okay, I got the dice pool's ready. Okay, come on.
Oh, she got it.
Oh, it's Alex, right?
Ready,
I'm looking.
ready to-
Excellent. Wow. Okay, so you go stomping forward, and Chael, you kind of swing around the legs, and you guys are ready to keep pursuing. Let's see how our enemy does. Oh, Jesus. Okay. They seem to be getting closer to something as well, too. There's a structure not far away, guys. What the hell other structure is on this part of Onderon?
How did we not see that when we flew in?
Yeah. Next up is you guys. Who wants to go?
I'll go first.
Okay.
This time I'll try to make my check and then maybe blast him in the terrain to make an advantage for her to move forward.
Sure. So go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'll give her the blue.
Yeah. So you got the benefit. Then Mo, the dice pool is ready for you as well. Come on.
Oh,
That's when you need it. Oh, nice. You're very close. You've almost got this thing in range. What are you thinking for the advantage? Oh, you know what? I'll let you do. Because that's a 3 is equivalent to a critical hit. Do you want to catch up have the other thing catch its leg up?
Yeah. We'll see they get a bit bogged down as they
Sure.
travel through the jungle.
Yeah, so it's moving along and it slides down a little bit and gets one of its feet stuck in like a mud hole, and it's trying to struggle to get out. So it's going to take it's going to have to somehow pull itself out. So then on its turn, let's see here. And I'm going to set this difficulty a little higher. There we go. It's free, but it not at it ended up taking damage to the vehicle in order to do it. So there is what's its
yeah.
hull trauma. Yeah, so it's it's pushing its system strain up. All right, then from you guys, who would like to go next?
I'll go first again.
Okay, give me 1 sec here, John. Remember, you can choose to go faster and close 2 gaps if you want. It just brings the difficulty up by 1 blue or 1 purple.
Nah, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm basically going to try and feed at whatever.
Here, let's see if I can encourage a little more. Guys, each of you gets 2 more destiny points.
Oh. Well, in that
Let's
case,
make it interesting.
In that case, I will make it harder. Let's try to
Okay.
burn up there.
Okay. Now, what do you want? You can remember you can also choose to upgrade your dice roll before by spending a destiny point. So you would convert 1 green into a yellow.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I've added 1 upgrade for you. It'll automatically do it. So go ahead and make your roll. Oh, holy shit! So you're really pushing this. Your vehicle. Can the speeder bike take any system strain? Oh yeah. So your strain threshold is a 3. So that 2, I'm going to apply right to your vehicle. You're pushing this thing right to its limits to do this, but it means, wow, you're able to close the distance.
And at this point, I think I'll fire on it.
Oh, nice. Okay, yep. So let me set the difficulty here. Armor. All right, go. Hold on. Go right ahead. Nice.
No.
All right. So your thing has it does 4 points of damage, plus 1 from that. But its armor is a 3. So you're kind of like you're blasting this thing with clank, 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 kind of hitting the side of it. Not a huge amount of damage. But
what can I do with my advantage there? Can I feed it to Zal?
You could, but actually that's pretty good. Let me. You could get You could get a critical hit on it if you choose to.
What does that get me?
Means I got to roll a critical hit on the vehicle table.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Give me a let's see here. Give me a percentile roll, please, John.
Okay. 96.
Oh my goodness.
Did I take out the equivalent of a hamstring?
Vehicle critical hit. Engine damage. Its maximum speed is reduced by 1 point. This now means that Mo moving at normal speed will increase the gap by 2.
Yes.
You could move its top speed and increase it by 3. So you hit just the underside, and this thing is slowed down now. And it took.
Yeah, I think what I did is I found a route and just drove up it, and that strained it because I just right angled, pow, 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 and it hit the ground, and that's how it strained it.
Awesome. Okay, then it is Mo's turn. Mo, what are you doing?
I'm still at medium, aren't I?
Okay, so let's see here. Let me set the difficulty. Dice pool is ready for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, remember, you got
Nice. So, and because the engine is damaged now, Mo, you are able to catch up to this thing completely. That was only a move. If you want to try and shoot, you can do that as well.
Okay, I'm trying to go and shoot the legs out.
Okay, let me set the difficulty for this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right. Mo, go ahead and give us a gunnery check, please. Should be under your skills.
Ah, sorry.
That's okay.
He got 1 advantage, so would that feed him a blue die if he wanted?
Yep.
Oh, don't think he needs it.
Okay. All right, that's a hit and another critical. So first off, let's see how much damage you do. So the twin heavy blasters actually do 5 points of damage, and the let's see here, that's 6 in total. It has 3 armor, so it takes another 3 points of damage to the hull. And then Mo, would you give me a percentile roll, please?
Nice.
Oh, and then we'll add 10 to the result of this, too. Because it's already taken 1 critical hit. Each additional critical hit, you add plus 10 to it. So it's 59. 59 is shields failing, reduced defense.
I put the 10 in already.
Oh,
you put it in already. Okay, great. So 49. Component hit. 1 component of the vehicle is knocked offline until the end of the following round. Table 711 for vehicle components. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. What do we think is knocked offline here? I mean, the guns are an obvious thing, but let's see if there's something that I can keep this thing. All right, here we go. Component knocked offline. Sensors, weapon system, ejection system, support droid, comms, sublight engines, shields. I think it's got to be weapons are disabled for this round.
Okay.
So you hit this thing and it sort of like wobbles back and forth. Lightning or electricity kind of plays across the surface of this thing. Then, Chael, what are you doing? Or I guess, Chael, well, it'll be top of the round. Oh no, but you guys go. So this thing gets to go now.
yeah.
I think it's going to try and do defensive maneuvers. So I'm going to make a piloting check here just to try and make itself more difficult to hit. Let's see here. Boom. Big success, but at the cost of some strain. So this thing's pushing it to the limits. You guys are going to suffer a black on your next attack dice against it. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
What are you doing?
I'm thinking I'm just gonna try to take out the rest of its leg. Just
Okay. So go. Oh, hold on.
Can I do the?
Oh, and I'm gonna spend a dark side point.
Can I do the take aim equivalent for since I'm not moving?
Yeah. It's got add +1 blue. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, it's in. Go ahead.
And ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
No.
I'm gonna feed all that advantage to Zal.
Okay, so Zal will get. You know what? I'll let her get a free upgrade on the attack dice. So, Zal, what are you doing?
I'm going to shoot it again, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
So I'm going to give you. I'll assume you're going to aim, and I'll give you the free upgrade you get from Kale. Go ahead and make your gunnery check. Oh my god! So that is 10 points of damage, only 3 hull, which means 7 damage. Good lord. Okay. So. You're hitting this thing. Then it is its turn. The guns were not online last round, so the guns are online this time. I think it's got to fire at the ATST.
Surrender, Imperial scum!
Okay, so let's see here. It is... That's the difficulty. It will aim. And then... Let's see here. Yeah, that's probably all. Do I spend a dark side point? What do I think? Yeah, let's get rid of that.
Do it.
We go. And... Oh, jeez. So we're exchanging critical hits. So let me set your bar here, Mo. Your, I think, has a 15 is your total trauma threshold, or hull threshold, rather. Oop, wrong thing. Visible to everyone. Below. There we go. And you took 6, so you took 3 damage. Pow, pow, pow. And Mo, would you give me a percentile roll, please? Let's see what happens to you. Or rather, your things. Oh no! 100. Okay.
No.
I think I now hit the. I pull the black and yellow stripy handle.
Well, it's actually not that bad. So this is on a vehicle, on a what do you call it? On a starship, it's a shield overload, decrease defense all zones by to 0. You don't have defenses, so what I'm just going to do is I'm going to grant a blue for all attacks against you. You're just too clumsy and easy a target right now. So the maneuvering sensors or the maneuvering gyros or something were damaged in that shot. Then it's back to you two guys. So which of you wants to go first?
I would like to do something stupid.
What's that?
Basically, I want to fire at it, and then, well, no, actually, that did too much. But I want to line up the speeder and just like pull the throttle and jump off of it, like aiming for its legs and maybe take it out, kind of like a crash.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here.
So be a piloting check, right?
Yeah. Let me set the difficulty.
I think more mass would probably help rather than just shoot it with more lasers.
Okay, hold on here. I'll give you 1 for the handling. I'm gonna spend a dark side point too.
Makes me want to spend a destiny point, but I'll do that if I need to re-roll it.
Okay, go ahead. Make your attack. Make your roll with piloting planetary.
Piloting. Okay, come on, all dice gods.
Yes.
I would like to destiny point that so I don't.
The thing is, you can't spend a destiny point to get rid of a despair.
Oh, well, can I re-roll it and still keep the despair?
You can re-roll everything but the despair. So let me just get rid of 1.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Nope. Same roll.
No.
Same roll. I'm gonna give Zal a blue die. And just...
Oh god! So Kale misjudged. What you see in the sensors is for some reason Kale lines up and charges this thing in. Oh boy!
It probably explodes, doesn't it, off a distance?
It explodes. So you'll take damage equal to a grenade, which will be 8.
I was trying to jump off of it, not right it into.
No, I know you were trying, but the despair tells me you did not do that.
Damn. Okay. So 8 damage.
Yeah, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride.
So
but...
I'll soak 5. So okay.
Okay, and then also give me a percentile roll.
Oh no! Did something stupid.
You also suffer 1 black dice for your next skill check. You're off balance. So this critical hit's not. Oh, hold on, no, actually, because you've already got a critical hit, so it should be 30. So 1 second here.
Oh, should I go to my critical hit then?
You're stunned.
Okay.
So you are staggered until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, which makes sense. And this thing blows up without doing anything to the. You actually miss it altogether and explodes on a tree. Zal, it seems like Kale just lost control of his vehicle for some reason.
Yeah.
So,
you get a blue die.
All right. And then Zal, what would you like to do?
I'm just going to try and finish this thing off, and then.
Okay. Dice pool is set for you. Go right ahead.
Kill him.
Oh,
didn't need the blue die.
All right. So that is 6 points of damage, which is enough to destroy this thing. So, with that thing destroyed, whatever was inside that thing is, is going to be completely unknown to you guys. And I think the way we'll end it is you guys, I think, Zal, you're the one who will be able to pick this up because, Kale, you have no vehicle right now. But, Zal, you can see that on your, on the sort of sensors, you can see that there's something taking off. A Lambda-class shuttle is taking off from the base.
From the one in front of us or behind us?
No, from the base where you left. Oh, no. It's taking up in the air. It turns, and now you can see it with your naked eye, Kale. You're like, where was that detonator? And then it takes off.
Okay.
So,
damn.
You have Whisper Base. You guys have secured Whisper Base, but what the hell... What was on that Lambda shuttle?
I knew it was a distraction.
And I'm so glad you rolled a despair. All right, so that's I guess where we'll bring this session to an end, guys. So you guys have successfully captured Whisper Base, but it appears like someone may have made an escape from Whisper Base as well too. So,
how about we do this? So we did find the detonator. We hit it, but they had found the explosives and disabled them, and that's where the despair comes in.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows but the DM, I suppose.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, so John, so this was your second Star Wars game that you've played in the last 2 days, and like obviously like both games are really definitely have their advantages and disadvantages and whatnot, and they're both I think really solid games for giving a Star Wars type experience.
And I've played Imperial Assault, the board game, so
Yep.
this is somewhat familiar to me.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this is more detailed than the board game, of course.
Definitely, yeah. But what'd you think of it though, with all those provisos in place?
It seems like a chaotic, fun mess. So
That is a very, very apt way of describing it. Like playing it for a long time, the thing I found frustrating at high levels is that because the dice are so unpredictable, but they also give those narrative results, is there was no way of like intuitively understanding what your character would be good at and what would be bad at, because
yeah,
the dice would just go all over the fucking place, and it wasn't a simple matter of success or fail. It was a matter of like, and now you got a triumph and a despair and a triumph and a despair, and
how does that work? Yeah, probably
yeah,
can't do that.
like it can make for really fun. Like we had one. My favorite double triumph, double despair result was when like a character played by my cousin decided to go as fast as he could to make a real like impressive arrival at this asteroid, this base that was built inside an asteroid. He decided to go as fast as he could through the thing. So his character like turned around to the others. He's like, "Watch this," and then rolled his dice, and he rolled 2 triumphs and 2 despairs. And the way we interpreted it is that like inside the asteroid, people could hear this like bang, 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 and then the thing went flying out, and it was just a fireball because there was so much damage to the vessel. So his vehicle was completely trashed and destroyed by doing this, but it was so impressive that he like a bunch of the contacts he was arriving there to try and make, they came up and introduced themselves to him.
Nice.
So he lost his ship in the course of doing it, but also so like it can be fun, but it is really kind of swingy too. And Mo, I know you only got a chance to kind of play for half a session there, but what did you think?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, we did do a fairly long session at the Gladiators a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
With the system. I think we found that the Starship rules are a bit iffy. I don't know if this is a later version, I think, maybe than the one I played.
They've largely remained the same. They've added in like rules for capital ships and stuff like that in this one, as opposed to Edge of the Empire. But it's the core mechanics are the same as probably what you played with.
Mm. Yeah, it's good fun, and once you get used to the dice, I mean, I've actually got in my dice bag, in my bag behind me. I've probably forgotten what they all are, but it does give it a certain different feel, and it certainly does have the light side, dark side, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's more a thing if you're actually playing a Jedi, but
Yeah, I'd like to play a Jedi in this set, this particular rule set. That'd be fun.
So the way that Jedi work in this is those talent trees are kind of the bane of what I found to be that gave a suboptimal experience. Like I know that your character last night you didn't have a great result on that the stun thing or the blast absorbing the energy thing, but I mean any game that would be tough for a starting character to be able to do that. Mm-hmm. To be honest, whether it's the Saga edition or this one or whatever, but it took a really, really, really long time for the Jedi character that was playing in our game to actually sort of feel like a badass Jedi. And then also you also factor in that the inconsistencies of the dice rolls in this, that you would sometimes with big dice rolls, you'd like, wow, like he jumped in and was taking on a droidica droid, and at that point his character was really badass and should have had a great thing. And I think that what he ended up rolling was something insane like 8 or 9 advantage, and that was it. And we're like, oh, weak sauce. And rules is written, there's no way of re-rolling dice, right? So
yeah, that's where Destiny points needs to come in. Yeah,
and it's like I think there's a lot of fun you can have. Like this was a fun session. I think it to me feels more like a beer and pretzels game than a long-term campaign where you've got a little more control over the expected outcomes. Like the way George used force points to get his dice pool so big for that last round, that felt like badass hero stuff, even though you guys were playing starting characters. right? I do like the minion rules a great deal in this because it's easy to have you guys lead a bunch of troops, and also easy to throw a whole bunch of troops at you.
Yeah. I the moment with the frag grenade, the first time I used it, that was epic. Hey, you freeze! Did you,
great.
oh shit!
That's great. Yeah, it's cool. Well, I mean, I'm really glad. I appreciate you guys jumping in and playing this. The reason I wanted to play this with you guys as well too is because of playing the Expanse so recently, and you guys having that experience with the age system, which does a similar kind of like interpreting and generating resources that you're spending to affect the results. I wanted to see how you guys thought this compared to the age system.
I actually like the other game a little bit better. I like the how everything's combined in dice rolls here. You don't have to do contested stuff, but
Yeah.
I kind of liked the one I played last night a little bit better. So
Okay, and then also with the Expanse as well is what else.
the
dice
Expanse was fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what do you think, Mo?
Yeah, I think they're quite different systems. You know, the Expanse is a lot grittier, real world.
Yep.
But I do like the way you can be quite cinematic, but still stay hard science, not too much woo-woo. Yes.
Well, even like, because one thing I was thinking after the Expanse, I thought like, well, this is a good, like, it felt to me like a good middle ground between, like, say, the D20 versions of Star Wars and this version, where there's a little more, you know, it's got, you do have that fun kind of dice mechanic with stunt points, but it's not quite as, like, all over the fucking place as what these dice results can be, you know, and not as frequent, like, when you're currently, it really wasn't that bad. I don't want to make too much of a straw man out of it, but like when you're having to, especially in combat, when you're having to like interpret each thing, but combat takes a long time. I guess combat didn't take really all that long here. You guys blew through adversaries pretty quickly. Yeah, I think one thing I do really like is the despair mechanic in here, because it gives justification for DM bullshittery. You know, like for introducing crazy, because like that's part of the fun of games. You want to have those twists and things like that. And when you're doing it in almost any other game, it's just like, you know, without a narrative or a mechanical explanation for it, you just kind of go with like, oh, the DM is doing this. Whereas in this, like there is a mechanical benefit. There's a mechanical thing, a mechanism that tells me like, okay, well, sorry guys, we rolled this, so let's figure out what this despair is.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. Like I really like, and that's in the
normal games. You usually have to run against the issue with player trust between the player and the DM, and this one just gives you a license to just accept it. So it's a good way to move into more narrative focused.
And that's the thing we found. And I mean, like you have to be fun and fair with it too. But like it's one of my favorite like just a despair thing was we had a player who was trying to sneak his way on the ship, and on the ship and he knew there was this Trandoshan slaver who was running the thing, and he rolled and he succeeded on the stealth, but he also rolled a despair. So what we said is that like he had sneaked in and whatnot, and as he's making his way up the plank, we see the Trandoshan guy coming down, and it didn't screw him all together, but it then gave him the prompt to introduce a really potentially bad complication, so he could defeat the guy, he could fight him if he wanted. But what he ended up doing is bullshitting and just saying he was part of the pit crew. We made the rolls, and then he was fine, and then it was on.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, I totally agree that I like that it makes those kind of that kind of intrusion by the DM fair. You know,
or perceived to be fair anyway.
Perceived to be fair because it's coming up by way of dice result as opposed to me imposing it at some specific point. So, and I get to do things in this, some bullshit in this that I would not do in other games because it would be unfair, right? So.
Well, I'm at the point now where, you know, you can do all the bullshit you want. It's not a matter of trust.
Exactly. Fair. Well, I appreciate that, John. That's great.
So
cool.
it makes the narrative better. I mean, that's...
Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting. I totally understand why this is some people's favorite version of Star Wars RPGs. I've had a great deal of fun with it in the past. I think that if I was given the choice between the two, I'd probably play the one we played last night again, as opposed to this one.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, so for those listening at home, we're going to bring it to a close. By the close.
the weather's nice enough outside, even though
yeah.
it rained, that I'm gonna do some yard work. So yeah.
Nice. Well, I got to get ready for. I got a charity session in a couple of hours here. So, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for this Age of Rebellion one shot. Looks like Mo's got a hot date with a tank as well too. So,
Yep.
nice.
Nice.
First
Excellent.
one in AFX kit in must be decades.
Awesome. Well, listen, so for those listening, thank you for joining us. As is always the case, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding the session, the adventure we play, the characters, the system, whatever, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. And this is, I don't want anyone to take away that this is a bad game or like we're shitting on the game or anything like that. Obviously, we had a huge amount of fun with this tonight.
Great.
It's a great game. To be honest, any of the Star Wars games that have been published, I think you can have a shit ton of fun and get that Star Wars experience. This in particular, if it doesn't bother you with how swingy the dice is, this is a great game and you can play it for a very, very, very long time because advancement takes quite some time and you get to play some really amazing characters. So, but if you have any comments or thoughts on the game, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the section below. You can also find me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings and by email at dungeonmusings@gmail.com. You can also find a link in the description of this video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where all of us are active and we have channels dedicated to all the games that we have on the channel. I think we have a Star Wars channel as well, too. I got to double check that, but I think we had a Star Wars RPG.
We do.
We do. Okay, great. So then, because we're going to be talking about this game and the other game on there in the coming days, or I will at least, and whoever's going to listen to me. Let's see, if you enjoyed the game too, be sure to click on subscribe and hit the bell icon to know when we're going live again. If you're joining us live today, we are going to be back in a couple of hours with a special charity one-shot playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And it's going to be a neat one because we've got all Lizard Man player characters. So it's going to be an interesting adventure of Revenge of the Raided. In addition, you can... what else here? I guess that's it for the outro, other than to say a huge thank you to John and Mo for joining me today. Once again, guys, I know it's been a while since we've been back to our ongoing campaign, but I really appreciate you guys jumping in and playing these pickup games with me. This was a lot of fun to run.
Yeah.
Excellent. Then, until we see again, folks, once again, if you're listening to this during the current crisis, we do hope this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. We hope we gave you a couple of hours in a galaxy far, far away to turn your mind off of the troubles of our world and into the troubles that our Alliance heroes keep getting themselves into. And until we see you again, happy gaming.